Welcome back, I guess. We are Vagrants and Vagabonds, and we are playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Corona-free
virus
area.
free?
Yeah, virus-free, maybe, I guess.
Corona-free virus.
We are session 27, day 69. We're on level 5
Nice.
of the Undermountain.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm losing it today.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, cool.
Look at that glorious beard you've grown during the...
It's my quarantine beard that I don't trim.
Right. Don't cut it. You might be like Samson.
I can like put it in a ponytail now.
Should get
do it. You
should get those
those,
beads. Yeah, the Viking
Viking
beads, like the skulls and shit, and just braid the skulls into your beard.
No, I'm good. All right, we're missing Lawrence today, so.
Well, are we really missing him, or is he just not here?
Yeah, Bill. The only people that
I
we don't
guess.
miss is you.
It's up to
I
you.
know.
Yes. I don't know. But last time, well, everyone's all back together now, as we've separated.
Didn't take that long.
It didn't take that
Great,
long.
yeah.
No, it's all right.
We were hoping for like a good solid 2 episodes where Mark was by himself and died, but you know.
Well, I had a fun like 8-hour time lapse that I had to like meld together. So I was like, we're
done with this.
Yeah, we're gonna stop this as quick as I can because this fucking sucks. All right. Last session, you guys wandered around Willow Woods. Seems pretty okay, I guess. You met a friendly dragon with a sword stuck in his head. You met a nice-ish druid named Willow that runs the entire thing. Hallish Tree. I didn't tell you about Hallish Tree. Yeah, you'll meet him. It's
Okay.
fun.
That was
Well, he's already met him, technically.
Will the player hasn't met him yet, so. Mark's character was nice enough not to mess anything up, so Willow has been cordial with you guys being in her woods, and you haven't violated any of the rules yet. And she's been healing you guys from the whatever, I forget what it's called. Aboleth?
Aboleth.
Yeah, the Aboleth, the slimy skin shit. That's good. So I think 2 people are healed. Yours still not. She can only do it once per day. So this is day 2. Lauren's character was healed. Since she's been so generous to help heal you guys, she sent you on a mission to help clear out some cloakers for her.
Do her.
And I
Are
think
you just
that's
gonna wear
where
a
we left
barrel
off.
like they did in the cartoons? You just stick your feet through and then put the...
Oh, you have to keep track of 10 minutes for Lord Philaps over here.
Yeah, good word.
There's some tension already.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're good. I'm excited for your characters to hang out together.
As always.
New music. Thank
Hey!
you, Derek. Fader? Is that?
I like
Michelle
Fighter.
Pfeiffer.
I like Fighter.
Fighter?
That's fun.
Feister?
Fighter.
Thank you for this awesome music.
Sphincter.
I think that's how it's pronounced. It
Do
could
you,
be anything.
is Polly still around?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we'll do it like here.
Dude, this album.
I
is-
can't even-
there's like
oh, well,
20
we
songs
can see
on
the
it.
entrance,
I
but-
put them in a playlist
Oh,
for like
yeah, that's it
music,
for
and
it.
Okay.
like all the songs were awesome.
That's everyone. We'll put, I assume,
Hey, D-Deccan, it's been
your
a while.
spider's on you for right now.
Oh, hi, Dale.
So we'll
Hey,
not worry about
Dale.
that mini till it matters.
Kylie's up my sleeve, essentially. That's where she stays.
And
Also, what do
everybody's
you mean welcome back, Dale? We were here last week.
romping through the woods.
But I wasn't. He was welcoming me back. That's why I said,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I legit
it's
told my
about
friends that you were going to be here. And they were just
8:30 in the
"Yeah,
morning. So to your like body clock, it's 8:30 in the morning. I think everyone knows now that this is all a facade.
Yeah, we discovered that last week.
Yeah. So
What's a facade?
recap for Will. When you look outside, it's sunny.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the heat from the sun. It feels like you are on outside.
Okay.
But last session,
that's what you mean.
Lord Phillips turned into a giant eagle and tried to fly and climb as far as they could, and they hit
A ceiling?
like the top. Like they would scratch at it, like you were scratching at air, but like rocks and stuff would come down. So
Okay.
it's definitely an illusion, but it's a very good one.
Okay.
So, but you feel the heat, you feel a breeze, you look around, everything looks open as can be.
So before we go, I'm gonna ask Chip if he can 100 gold worth. Damn, I can get it. I'm gonna see if he can make me some flares.
Okay.
So I'm going off of bullet pricing, and each one is like 10 silver.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna give you enough to make me 20 flares. So that's what, 2 gold?
Yep.
So I'll hand you 2 gold, and I'll describe it to him. Do you want me to roll something for my description?
Sure.
Percentage.
I think you're off by a factor of 10. 10 silver is gold, right?
Yeah.
So 10 silver times 20 is going to be 200 silver, which is 20 gold.
20 gold. So I'll hand you 20 gold.
I think everyone has a plentiful amount of gold at this point.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, there's a difference. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
We have
20 is different than 2.
and there's gold in the banana stand up in Waterdeep. So.
Yes. Never forget, there's always gold in the banana stand.
Mm-hmm. Just hidden in there. And there's some stuff in Oops's room too. You guys just haven't found it yet.
There's stuff hidden in my banana hammock too.
Mm-hmm.
Also 6 inches long.
Yeah, just don't look under the mattress. There's some magazines that Oops has been collecting.
So did she
Goblin
state where
magazines.
There's some
Green skin.
Barely goblin.
Did she state
barely
where the
breasted
cloakers
goblins.
were?
Huh?
Did she state where the cloakers were?
Yes, she said it's northwest. So basically everything has like these 20-foot tall walls. They have like columns every once in a while. I just didn't draw them.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now you guys are outside
And
on this side of the wall.
The columns are the solid wood, solid rock, right? Columns.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's not like huge stone. It's just like natural rock formations.
It looks chiseled, like it was put there.
Okay, all right. And they jut into the sky like 100 feet, right?
Those are like natural. The walls are built.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's occasionally like cliffs that look like they go up, and that's the plateau that they kind of went to.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I described it last time was he climbed up it, and got to the top, like where it should crest over. He couldn't get his fingers past it, so it looks like you could stand on top of it, but that's where the top of the ceiling is, and you can't really just get over it.
I know.
Yeah, so the door, so you guys aren't where you are right now. You guys, like, her tower is more like here, and the door's on here, so you gotta walk around and through.
Okay.
So, everybody ready to go?
Yep.
Lawrence, you ready? He's ready. Alright. As you guys step out, I don't think I described her tower last time, so...
What do you want to take an hour for you to make your...
Yeah, just I guess while everybody's waking up, getting their stuff together.
Yeah, you'll do it before
take
you
an
leave,
hour.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just tack hour onto the time.
This is what it looks like, by the way.
Nice.
See, Zane? That's what it looks like.
Looks like a Nerf gun. Looks like a Maverick. That.
So you look over and you see me just like... And a slot on my leg opens up like RoboCop, and I just put it into it.
Yeah.
Lawrence is watching, and let's make sure that we kill Geist. So.
Or I might murder some people like I did before.
Are you running his character?
Yeah. Remember when I
the
fucking
goblin
speared
sister?
the dude in the cage?
It was like the Were-Rat sister or whatever, wasn't it?
Or somebody.
And you, that was when you played Lord
That
Phillips.
was Lord
Eldritch
Phillips.
blasted. Yeah, it was a guy in a cage who only had like 1 hit point left.
You're like,
Just stabbed
and
it.
it's dead.
I wasn't trying to kill him, I was just trying to make him talk.
Yep.
Well,
You made him talk. It's fine.
that's what happens when you're not here.
You made him here.
You made him talk. As you guys get out in the bright sunny morning, Willow's Tower is carved to look like a squat stone tree with twisted stone burrows protruding from its walls. When you guys look up at the top, there looks to be about 13 giant bats that are hanging from what look like crumbling limbs like ornaments. Their wings wrapped tightly around their bodies. So it kind of looks like the tree from Avatar, and then there's like a bunch of bats just hanging around.
Can
This
I
is her
roll
tower,
something
right?
to see?
This is her tower.
This is her tower.
Can
But it's
I
all made out of stone.
See if I know anything about the bats that are wrapped up.
Sure.
They're like
Give me a nature check.
harmful to us or something.
Or, I guess, insight, if that's what you're looking for.
Or just like a history of what they are.
Nature.
Nature is 14. Like I'm basically trying to see, are these the cloakers or are they just bats?
No, they look like bats.
Okay.
And as you can, I would say with your experience with dealing with Willow and everything, they're just kind of guards that are out there, just kind of.
It's the night watch.
Yeah, it's the night watch.
Alright, so did you take the my continuous flame stone and mount it to your gun so you have like a little flashlight on the end of it?
Well, I used the part, so I guess.
Alright, travel to wherever the cloakers are.
Yep.
Hey, Carl,
Yes.
do you know the spell Tensor's Floating Disc?
No. I do not.
Alright.
Alright. So as you guys step out, you guys will have the doors facing this way, so you'll have to come out and enter into the forest, and then you'll see that the wall has 3 breaks in it that I half-assed through right there that you walk through.
Do we want to grab a barrel and put it? Do we want to grab a barrel and put it in a bag of holding so we can keep it moist?
Yeah. Do you have preparations for your?
I think
Well,
we
we
have
have those,
3 barrels, right?
5.
5 total
Yeah.
in your bag?
And then whatever you have in your water skin. For
Yeah.
You.
Alright.
You have an extra water skin too, because I think I gave you mine.
A
'cause I
second
don't
one?
need it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark down.
Because I had one, but I didn't need it for water because I didn't need to drink or eat.
I guess which.
So I'll sling the 2 water skins on my person.
Northwest, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, northwest.
Did she tell us that this is still part of her area?
The whole level. is her area.
I mean, like, but her like kingdom that she's residing in, like, is this section still part of like
Yeah,
her
all of
living,
it.
living area? Okay.
So when you guys step out into this side of the forest, remember this is the one for Will. This forest is strewn with rusty weapons, burnt tree shrubs, empty bottles, and other worthless paraphernalia from far long ago adventures and battles. Eerie totems hang from the trees made of twigs, feathers, and tattered pieces of cloth that look like crude dolls. And I think you found out the tidbit that these are little totems of everyone that Willow has killed.
So
It's a little memento.
She also, I don't know if Zane told you, but she mentioned something that caught me off guard, which is that she gets bored, so she'll go to kill things because she's bored.
Okay.
So as
That's
good as
chaotic.
she's being to us, that stuck in my head. So
How close are we to
Yeah,
this
it's a little twisted
entrance
from
here?
Druid.
About 30 feet to the first break in the wall.
I'll kneel down on the ground and place my hand on the ground as well, and Kylie will crawl out and then start moving to scout ahead.
Okay.
and I can send up Polly as well, unless you want Kylie to get on Polly.
It don't matter. She's already started walking across the ground, so if you want to send Polly in again,
I'll just send Polly up to keep an eye out for the cloakers.
Okay.
And if Polly notices the cloakers, to fly back to us to give us a warning, because I can't communicate through her, but or him or whatever it is.
Okay.
Did you put a compass rose on this map?
Not yet. I think I erased it.
I guess so we figure out what the directions are.
I did last week because I saw it in the video.
Yeah, we didn't. We took that down upstairs, and Bianca was like, "Isn't that? Don't you guys use that for your maps?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in."
There's my.
Nice compass rose. I like it.
Thank you. It took me all of 13 seconds.
Hey, count
So they start scouting ahead.
she's gonna move over this direction.
Yeah. So everyone's behind the wall.
Or she'll actually just move in straight and just start looking around.
Okay.
And I'm looking through
This
her.
is not to scale. This is probably about double this length. So this is actually like right over here.
Okay.
I just drew it closer because I didn't know how far things were going to
All right.
So are we?
Yeah, from the wall to You don't know this exists yet, but to that point is about 100 feet. So.
Alright. So she's gonna start looking around.
Polly's gonna start as well.
But so we're currently walking back towards where the dragon is?
No. This is north of it. The tower's here. The dragon is like over here.
Gotcha.
You guys came in this direction. So the cave entrance is over here. You guys came down. You passed all this. You've seen this side, the front side of these buildings.
Oh.
And then the dragon was over here. And then you traveled here to the tower. And then you're going back up north.
Got it.
Yeah, well, I got to the dragon's place at the end of.
Right.
I guess.
I remember the edge of that
This
wall
is-
that you were.
So that's where you came in.
Oh, okay.
The dragon's here. That's those buildings. And this is right here.
So
So you've gone down and up. And then you're going around here. If that makes sense. That's the tower you're at. This is the wall right here. Got buildings are there.
What's under your hand?
Nothing.
Which way did she tell us to go?
Northwest.
Southwest.
So it was a 13 on Kylie's
So can I go left?
perception check as she moved across the ground.
Right.
Well, northwest.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
So we
Okay.
can go that way.
Same, is it just grass?
But so these buildings that we're looking at are
Or
here.
dirt.
The tower is here. So we're going this way. So we're going.
This looks more like a normal forest. There's no
facing
totems and no
northwest.
like
Yeah,
armor
yeah,
strewn about.
Okay.
So this looks like a more clean cut.
How dense is the forest here?
There's not. It's dense, but it's not enough to like obscure the light
Okay.
or obscure the light.
Any? Did Kylie notice any wildlife with her 13?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
Polly rolled a 19 to perceive in the area.
I'll say she'll see some animals. She'll see like a black bear every once in a while. Some elks that you guys have already seen before, and nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright, start moving.
Alright. So as you guys go and start heading through the wall, like I said, here to here is about 100 feet. You guys start to, I guess, who has Matthias, Chip, and Geist start to hear like kind of like the forest is moaning a little bit. There's a faint like noise. It's not wind. It just kind of sounds like the forest is moaning a little bit.
Gotcha. Is it coming from like all around, or is it coming from one specific direction?
Give me a perception check.
Wait, what is it we're hearing?
You don't hear it.
Okay.
Unless they say something.
All right.
Geist, Chip, and Matthias.
11.
11. You're not sure which direction. It's kind of just you just entered in. You're just hearing it. So
What am I rolling for, guys?
It was perception.
well, perception. You roll too. Using this fancy new.
Dice rolls a 27.
Hey.
Fuck!
26.
Well, you both hear it, okay? You both win.
You should roll
Jeez.
better though.
As you guys start to move, you guys kind of notice that the moaning's starting to like. As you start moving north, it starts to get louder.
Can I roll a nature to see if I know what the moaning is?
Sure.
Can I roll like an insight to see if it's like a warning of sorts?
11.
11. You're not sure.
Uh, 10.
10. Nah. You don't get much on it. It's just kind of a noise that's kind of happening through. It just happens
What's
to
the
be
moaning
louder.
sound like?
Moaning.
Well, are we going into a haunted house or a porno set? I'm not 100% sure here.
I mean, could be both.
Hey.
You never know. People aren't some kinky shit.
Ghost dick.
Hey, don't kink shame people, bro.
So would I
You do you,
assume,
bro.
as
You
we're
do you,
walking,
boo-boo.
have we started to approach that area on the left there? where the stairs are, or a gate, or whatever that is?
I'll say at this point, yeah, you guys move this back. As you guys start moving, it's definitely getting louder, and you notice it more to the left through these giant stone columns. And then you guys also notice there's 2 buildings on the right.
Can I roll some sort of check to see if I know if that mooning would be like a cloaker sound?
Sure, give me a nature.
24.
It seems like the moaning might be the cloakers that you're looking for, coming from them.
Fellas, from what I know about reading of cloakers, they do emit sounds kind of like what we're hearing. So the louder they get, the closer we are to them.
A 10 on my perception. Do I hear the sound?
You guys are all close enough that everyone hears it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in like stealthily, kind of thing. Like, start moving slower.
Okay.
Kind of stuff. 18.
Alright, that's fine. Is everyone else stealthing?
Sure.
Might as well.
If we see him
Move over towards the tree.
I was like, you're in. I was like, it's kind of pointless if one person's stealthing and everyone's just like, why are you going so slow?
Kylie crawls back up on my arm.
Okay.
Yumble rolls his eyes and drops into a crouch.
Disadvantage.
He's a very big, hulking Goliath dude, and from what I know, there's nothing really
19.
to hide behind.
20.
Well, we're walking
Okay.
we're walking through like woods, aren't we?
I'll whisper.
I thought we were walking towards the woods.
No, you're in the
We're
woods.
in the woods.
Oh,
You're
okay.
in the woods.
Never mind.
I'll look at Youngbull and say, Youngbull, would you like to take the lead with me?
Basically, anywhere that's open that you're walking, unless I state otherwise, is basically like part of the forest.
So I'm gonna ready my maul, and Youngbull and I are gonna stealthily take the lead towards the
Okay.
mooning.
I'm gonna be right behind him.
My stealth
I will
roll
be
was
right next to
21.
Dope.
Am I the worst?
What did you get?
19.
18.
Oh,
I got 20. Nice. What do you guys get?
But you guys are close enough. You do notice that there are 2 windowless stone guardhouses with peaked slate-tiled rooftops stand in the middle of the forest where several elevated walkways converge. The buildings were built on higher ground than the surrounding forest, and that last sentence I cannot say.
So,
So you guys notice that once you guys start moving closer, kind of
13
stealthy,
stealth.
there are 2 windowless stone, basically looks like guardhouses over here, and then there are 2 stone pillars with a gate.
how much time did it take for us to get here?
You guys would have taken out. You haven't walked that far. I'd say 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna set my hand on the ground. Kylie crawls out across the ground, and she's gonna go in that direction to kind of check it out.
Because you guys have moved like 300 feet.
Okay.
Not that far.
She's gonna go towards the east and start scouting over there,
Over here.
towards
It's
those
so weird
buildings.
how, like, distance works in Dungeons and
Hmm.
Dragons. I find it so weird how the distance works because it's like it feels like this should be a lot further than what it actually is.
These are 10-foot squares, so yeah, it's not that far.
And then she's gonna start crawling up to those walkways and the guard shacks and start looking around in there.
A spider moves a little slower, so is everyone hanging out while that's happening?
We can keep moving this way. She's going off on her own.
Keep
Okay.
moving towards wherever the cloak is.
I gave her instructions to go look. I'm not looking through her or anything like that, or communicating with her. So when she comes back, you can tell me what she sees.
Okay.
She rolled an 18 on her perception, though, to look around.
that hurt your back?
I told you. I already went
And
back.
you don't have to tell me what's over there until she gets back.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. I mean, you really arched out for it.
Alright.
And then she'll move on, like she'll move through those buildings and progressively just scout out what's over there, what she sees, and come back to me, or head back in my direction.
Okay, that's fine.
So are we hearing the moaning coming from that entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you guys walk up,
Is this the girls' bathroom on the second floor?
there are 2 stone, 30-foot tall towers. So this is basically the entrance to a cave. So this is the cave line, and then this is like the cave line. So these 2 are 30-foot tall, 10-foot wide pillars, and there is a 15-foot high iron portcullis that is embedded in the stone walls that's mounted into a long tunnel.
I want to... We're still moving stealthily.
Is the portcullis down?
Yes, the portcullis is down.
So I want to take a look inside and see if I can see like how tall the inside of the cave is.
And then this is set into a cliff side.
Yep, so cliffside here, and then that's this.
And it goes all the way up to the top, or
Yeah.
100 feet up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing. It kind of looks like it. Actually, this actually looks like it's an actual like mountain.
Okay.
Carl's over here.
Young bulls.
Something was up there with you.
And I'm right behind him.
Then I'm right behind.
On the ground.
Carl has dark vision. Yep. I think everyone has dark vision now, right?
So disadvantage looking with dark vision.
Yep.
Two 15s.
As you look in there, you see basically a 5-foot wide tunnel that goes in. I'll give you about that far, I guess, and then it looks past the gate, and then it looks like it kind of veers off to the right, and then continues down.
I wanted to see how tall this is.
Oh, about the same height, like 50 feet.
So not terribly high. Okay, that's fine. So I think we need to find some sort of mechanism.
Yumbo would like to test the portcullis. Is it like locked, like he'll grab onto it and like tug on it?
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
I'll help him.
Okay.
That's fine. Advantage.
I have good strength.
25.
Ooh, exactly what you need. You kind of both give it a good, and it moves.
Let's take it all the way down.
I'll slowly just walk underneath of it and
Well,
Well, they haven't lifted
have
it
to
yet.
lift
They're
it.
kind of like
I thought
testing
he
it to
was
see if it
like-
moved, and I gave him the move, so it's definitely
So yeah,
liftable.
I'll attempt to.
I'll let you keep it. It's fine.
Okay.
Does it make a sound when it goes up?
Yumbo gets into position and like lifts with his legs.
I lift with my legs until I get to a point where he's doing it all by himself because I'm
And you're
too short.
hanging on.
Yeah.
yeah, Nettie and myself will duck
Okay.
under.
Well, I'll say you get it to a point, but you realize if you let go, it's gonna fall.
That's fine.
Okay.
He'll stand there and hold it up for everybody else.
Okay. Kylie's not back yet,
Okay.
so are you gonna enter in? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her where we were going.
Okay. So holding up the door.
Do we see anything around us, like that's like solid, like a boulder or anything that we could kind of like set, like if we were to set there and like just kind of hang the door on it, wouldn't go all the way down?
Give me a perception.
14.
I'll say you look around. There's rocks and stuff, but nothing.
What about like a chain mechanism that we could kind of hitch or anything like that?
Anybody have any pittons we can drill into the wall and see if it'll hold it up?
I don't know. It seemed like you and
I mean, if we cross them,
Young Bull had quite the time lifting it.
there's an idea.
Are you
I'm gonna
inside
look
yet
around.
or
I'm gonna look
outside?
around inside.
I'm inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Inside?
around inside and see if there's a.
Yeah. So when you guys get inside, you notice that there is a winch mechanism on the inside of it.
Alright.
So I'll work to try to get the winch at least taut so the gate will stay open to where
Yep,
it's at.
so you get it and locks open.
Alright.
And then Yumble will step out from underneath.
And it falls down. Who's underneath it? Alright. Everybody venturing in.
I'm gonna look around with my.
Before I go in, from where I'm standing, how far away are those buildings on the other side?
That far. This distance is accurate. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70 feet.
I'm going to attempt to telepathically communicate with Kylie as long as she's within 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her that we're heading inside and ask her if she's seen anything.
Okay. Does she respond as a spider, or does she actually give you?
I can understand her, I think. Let me see.
It's a base?
Yeah, we can communicate telepathically. So I can understand her no matter what.
Given she does still have the intelligence of a spider.
Yeah.
So she went into that one first.
Which is, she's got an intelligence of 1 and a wisdom of 10.
She's with her intelligence level. There are piles of furniture against all the doors. And there is a dead body and an arch.
An arch. Okay. I'll tell her to keep exploring the next building. And we're heading into this cave.
Okay, so she'll start migrating over to this one.
And then she will roll
Yes.
for her perception on that one, 13.
Yep.
And then we'll head in.
Marching order, it is 5 foot wide.
Yumble first.
And I'll be right behind.
Then me.
Where's Polly? Well, when it matters, since he flies. Who's next?
Me.
Then me. And then Geist.
Polly will just like sit on Guy's shoulder.
Okay.
Because that's what she did for
That
or
works.
he did for a while we were at the top.
Okay. Let's see if I can
We
do this.
caption.
As you guys start walking up, you guys notice
Yumble will stop at that crossroads right there.
there is a staircase that leads up.
With my 120-foot dark vision, do I see how much farther the tunnel goes?
You see that it
Splits.
splits.
Okay.
What direction?
I would assume
Are
everybody
the
else can
moons
probably
coming
see
from?
that, but
The deeper you get into the cave, the louder they get.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do it now. As people like follow in, I need wisdom saves from everyone.
Everyone. Okay.
Of course.
Yo, dice rollers, by the way, awesome. So
Oof.
9.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
26.
Okay. What's Geist? And I guess Carl as well, since
Yeah.
he is a person.
That was Carl.
Nettie?
Yeah, Nettie. Sorry.
Load these between screens.
We just need all of your people to do rolls.
Wisdom save, Justin. Oh.
roll it for me. Go.
He hit you with your catchphrase.
Take
Oh, you'll take it, yeah. That's
Dice got a 9.
nat 20 plus something.
Damn.
25.
Okay. So it's Nettie's.
Thanks, buddy.
He's getting to it.
Somebody roll me a d20.
No, it's you can do it at the bottom.
On left.
Nat 20.
So, who got 13 or lower? I think it was you and Geist, right?
Yeah.
So, As you guys start to get deeper in the cave, you start to hear the moans. You three are frightened and cannot move any farther forward.
Maybe we come back another time.
But everyone else is not scared at all.
Wait, why another time?
So, shit.
We wait out here for them to come to us.
I don't have it on this character. Go, Carl.
It is the perfect plan.
Chip's fine.
Are you feeling all right there, young bull?
I feel just fine.
Are you scared?
No, of course not.
Insight check.
Nope.
Lawrence
24.
says his character can just like shake off flame.
Huh?
Lawrence said his character can actually shake off being
I guess I'll make
Oh,
it
yeah.
a
Ow!
deception
Yeah,
check.
do the sliding mind or whatever.
Okay, so Geist gets frightened for a hot second and then is like, nah, we're good.
16 to insight this motherfucker.
24 for the insight on.
He's shivering.
Alright, listen.
I'm fine. I promise.
Maybe we'll bring him out then. You can just wait out here.
Okay then. Have fun with that. And he'll go walk next to the portcullis. I mean, if he's frightened, then he's frightened. I don't have any control over it. I literally can't walk towards them.
Yeah. Carl is also frightened, so what's Carl doing?
Now,
I was Carl frightened.
Yeah.
but we don't know where they're at. I mean, is that...
I can hear where the sounds
know,
are
but I'm
coming
just
from
saying,
deeper in
like-
the cave.
You hear the moans.
And they're coming from deeper in the cave. Therefore,
Out
we
of game,
can't
it's
move
part
deeper
of the
into cave.
Cougar's
Yeah.
like innate abilities.
So, since I hear it coming that way, I'm going to let the party know I'm going to go check out this stairway, because I don't hear anything up there, right?
Nope.
Alright. So,
I assume Nettie's going with you.
yeah.
Matthias is going to take to the walls and start climbing up the sides
Okay. Well,
and explore further in.
what, with like spider climb or something?
That's his
can
ability.
Do it with my,
Oh.
yeah.
He
Well,
gets
it's
a
only
climb
5 foot. 5 foot wide, 15 foot tall, so you're kind of just going.
So, yeah,
Okay.
go up and then
Alright, that's fine.
Spider-Man that shit.
I will follow directly behind him.
Are you pressing on?
My skin excretes like a mucousy substance that is sticky. So
Gross.
How long has it been since we left the tower?
Right now, I say you get the feeling that you're approaching 10 minutes. You can
As
start to
we're-
feel like your skin kind of.
As we're walking in, I'll take the first water skin and just douse myself in it.
Your 10-minute time clock has started over.
Reset.
Yeah, reset. So Carl starts to walk up.
And then when I walk in and walk past Young Bull, I reach over and I'll say something to you in deep speech and cast guidance on him.
Why the hell does he do that?
And then keep walking in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Carl starts to walk up.
And I want
And-
to just peer in to see what I see before I enter.
Yep, looks like a guard tower that kind of you see basically the forest. You're 30 feet higher. You kind of see above the tops of the trees. You see the two buildings more, and it looks just like a spot where guards would sit if they were.
Can I see Youngblood?
I guess if you peer down like in there yet.
Youngblood, would you like to join me in here? It seems rather safe. Just take the stairs that you saw as we passed.
There's a magical force that prevents me from moving in that direction.
It would cause Youngbull to move forward because now that he moved back.
How tall is the tower?
30 feet.
He'll climb it. Sure.
Okay. That's fine. Give me an athletics check.
All right.
So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try to focus on Nettie, and I'm going to attempt to try to calm myself down because I'm frightened.
17.
Yeah, you make it.
All right.
Hey, how long has it been since I wedded you and Nettie?
Oh yeah, that's still a thing. Forgot about the wedding.
Few days.
Because it lasts for 7 days.
Yeah.
So I think it's only.
You
been
still have
3
that
or
added,
4.
right?
Yeah.
To your ACs?
maybe.
Since it's been so long for our viewers,
Yeah, ceremony.
Carl and Nettie have been wedded.
They are married.
They are one and the same.
Married under the eyes of Yog-Sothoth. The
most
many
most
eyes.
holiest of matrimonies.
So, is there anything I can do to try to
Yog-Sothoth takes
have Nettie assist me in calming down from being frightened?
Sure. Nettie's gonna give a medicine check. Just because that's the first one I looked at that looked appropriate.
It's okay, honey.
Kisses your neck.
Am I interrupting something?
No. Honeymoon period.
Nettie's actually gonna give you a sleight of hand check. try to calm your nerves a little bit.
15.
You see it's helping you. You're like, I'm not afraid of the money. I'm not afraid.
Am I still frightened?
Yeah. But it's getting better now.
Alright, we're continuing in.
Alright. As you continue on, you see that you can look down, and basically there's another, these are all cave walls. So there's a spot to the left, spot to the right, and then there's basically not an archway, but it looks like there's the tunnel, and then there's like the same kind of brick, like a heading. Like it could be a bridge up top.
Gotcha. Does it sound like the moaning's coming from any particular direction?
It's at this point you look like you're almost at the center of it. There's moanings coming from it's equal loudness from each left, right, and front.
Okay. Well, I think we need to start exploring to the left wall. Start going to the left.
As long as Chip moves with him, I move behind.
Yep, I keep going.
It would have been the perfect plan if we had waited at that junction. I'm telling you.
And then when I get around that
Now
corner, I'm
you
gonna
guys
look
are
into
surrounded.
the room. Is it dark in here, right?
Yep. Dark and gloomy in there.
11?
What are you looking for?
Looking for creatures.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
At the moment, you do not see any.
I'm
But
also.
you can,
He
as
sees a dwarf.
as
And,
Matthias and Chip enter in this room, it is just echoing. It's loud in here.
I'm also gonna make a perception check.
Okay.
And I can do it normal because I have advantage normally. That's a natural 20 for a 28.
Ooh. You see
Right above you.
That's not good because they like to drop.
Yes,
They like to do
yes, they
surprise
do.
attacks.
as you kind of look, it looks like there's the cave walls is all kind of rocky and kind of like dewy in there, and then you see like this, looks like a dark leather cloak that's just kind of stuck to the ceiling.
I'll point it out. There's one.
And it pops down.
There's one right as it goes.
And it will take an attack at Matthias.
They're
It'll
like
get.
predatory manta rays.
Can Matthias be surprised?
I
assume so.
Okay.
So that will happen. We'll roll initiative.
Unless he was able to see it.
Nope.
Has it been a minute since we came in here? Or less than?
I mean, it took us
So we
like
kind of did things in, I'd say, around a minute, I guess.
Okay.
You should still have then guidance.
I used it to climb.
Oh, fuck you. Whatever. At least you made it up.
Lord Phillips.
14.
Chip.
13.
Matthias.
5.
Nice. Geist. You volunteered for this.
Really high.
I'm just gonna put him over here.
72.
You don't
13 with Chip. We got the same initiative.
Okay. Chip's forward, so I'll give.
Yeah, I would say Chip first.
Carl.
15. Guys got an 11.
Ooh.
What?
You rolled a 2.
Wow.
Fuck you, Lawrence. Just kidding.
It's funny, even with a 2, it's still 11.
You're really incapable of getting less than 10.
I got a 3 and it was a 5.
Bam. Bam. So, Cloaker comes down, and it will attack Matthias.
Bring it.
It will have advantage on its bite.
That's not nice.
That is a 21.
Fuck you. Yes.
So, you take... Oh, gotta do damage. Damage control. You take 11 piercing damage. And it is attached to your head.
Awesome.
You are blind and unable to breathe while the cloaker is attached.
I have blind sight out to 5 feet. So.
You can see its inside.
You see that there's a cloaker attached to your noggin. And you are currently suffocating. And then it will take a tail attack at you as well. That will miss with a 12.
What's your con?
He's blind, he has advantage.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, you roll with advantage?
It was a 6 and a 7.
That's
It was
unfortunate.
really low.
But technically, you are blinded. You have
You have the condition.
the condition,
Oh, sure.
but you could still
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, so you have as many rounds as your con modifier before you passes out. So what's your con mod?
+3.
Okay, so you have 3 rounds.
Okay.
Or you suffocate. Carl.
So would I have heard something coming from the tunnels?
Give me a non-action perception check.
God damn it, Lloyd, you fuck. 21.
21. I'll say through all the moaning and stuff, you start to hear, like, more urgency and, like, footsteps and stuff, because it's kind of a little bit too soon for people
So
to...
I'm gonna
cry
dodge,
out.
and then I'm going to instruct Nettie to go help Chip.
Okay.
So Nettie will dash to try to get to them.
So, what's his movement?
40.
You'll have to stop about right there. Oh, I guess I'll probably get like
Yeah.
right there.
Okay.
I drew it wonky. And does Nettie also have dark vision?
Nettie.
Because if not, he's kind of blinded in here.
He probably doesn't. He does. He has about 60 feet.
Okay, so he can see that Matthias is in trouble and has this weird bat-like leathery creature attached to his noggin.
Alright.
Lord Phillips.
I'm going to. No, we won't do that. We'll just do an old hold out my hand and Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
First one is a nat 20.
Woo!
Heyo.
Jeez.
First attack roll since we've been back.
Nice.
Oh yeah, because there's no combat
no
last
combat.
session.
Yeah,
There's no
and it's a
combat.
nat 20 too. That's pretty good. 9 points of force damage.
9 points.
Yep.
So The Cloaker will take 5 of that. Matthias will take 4 of that.
Okay, and then second shot. That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Alright. And that'll be 5 points of force damage.
Cloaker will take 3. Matthias will take 2.
It's one of those.
And do I notice... Because we could still see Matthias, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I notice that it partially damaged him? I have a passive perception of 11.
I'd say no.
Okay.
You notice that, like, you hit it and it moved, which kind of made Matthias move also, so at this point...
It's dark.
Yeah, you're not really sure if... You know you hit it. You
Yeah.
just don't know that it's hurting him also.
Okay.
It's attached to him. It's hard to tell
Okay.
what
Yeah.
caused what.
Chip.
I am going to second level guiding bolt.
Okay.
Do it.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
For 12 damage.
12.
And whoever hits it next has advantage because it's glowing like a motherfucker.
So that is 6 to the Cloaker and 6 to Matthias.
Now is he glowing?
So what... How... Is it...
It's just the target.
Guiding bolt. Yeah.
The spell says the target, so not Matthias.
How is it glowing? Does it create... Does it
Yeah.
generate
Yeah.
light?
Yes.
It's sparkly.
Oh, it's just sparkles?
I don't
doesn't,
think it
like-
has a light radius. though,
It doesn't, like, light it up like a torch or anything?
No.
No.
No,
It-
thanks to mystical dim light glittering on the target.
So dim light.
Yeah.
Got it.
So for those
Glittering
of
on
us
the
with
target, though. It's not really
dark
emitting
vision,
anywhere.
he's bright, but nothing else. It doesn't emit any
Yep.
light.
Young Bull.
Is Yumble still frightened?
At this point, yes.
Alright, he'll lean up against a wall or something.
Okay.
There's a wall. We're up
You saw
against
Nettie
a-
leave and him try and, like, move him out. Like, okay, go, Nettie, go.
He,
That's
he,
about
he,
it.
he perks up his ear. Sounds like they're doing alright.
They got it.
You want to like try to pick a rock up and like bank it off a wall or something, you know? Or
He's
no?
frightened.
Bank
He might-
off the
I have
wall?
something else on my mind right now.
He might upset the monster. He doesn't want to do that. Geist.
He's gonna start throwing shurikens at it.
Geist will have to move here, unless he wants to move actually in there.
Yeah, he'll move there and just throw it.
Okay.
He has advantage on the first shot.
Ooh, that was almost an does a 19 hit.
Yes.
First one is 9 damage. Magic.
9.
Wait. Or if it's a monk weapon. does
I
it-
think he has I think they're magical.
Yeah.
Considered magic.
Yeah.
They don't have bonuses.
So that's
or
the
anything.
first one, 9.
So
I think he's at that level.
5 to the
Yeah,
Cloaker,
5 is
4 damage to Matthias.
Does it look bad?
No.
Does he look
Throw
bad?
another one.
That's up to Matthias.
It's
No.
a nat 1.
Hey!
And last one.
Roll the table.
I know, where's our crit fumble table?
Does a 16 hit.
Yep.
For 7 damage.
4 to the Cloaker, 3 to Matthias.
And he will move to the right of Lord Phillips.
So move back?
No,
Or
like,
here.
back one. Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll keep an eye out, just look towards the other areas.
Okay.
Does he have dark vision?
Yeah.
Which direction is he looking?
Like towards the other 2 tunnels. He's just gonna turn and look
Technically,
that way.
he's looking everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just basically looking at
Anywhere
it
in
case
line
someone
of
else
sight
does.
and 60 feet away.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Bad guy's turn. He will...
Suck brain.
Yep, attempt to bite.
Chow down.
That is a 24. For 8 piercing damage.
So when he like bites down, you guys just see like blood just spew down.
Yeah, he just basically just goes and just clamps a little bit harder on his head.
Does it look like his body falls?
It's still attached.
He screams more.
And then he has his tail, and he'll try and just stab you with his tail. That is a 21. I like that you're ready and you're like, oh. For 8 slashing damage. And then out from the shadows.
I knew it.
It will attack Geist. It will first bite. That will miss with a 10. And then tail attack. That is a 23 on Geist.
That'll hit. Yeah.
Doesn't his AC go up whenever he uses martial weapons?
He has to do an unarmed strike.
He gets hit with 9 slashing damage. And then, Matthias, it is your turn. You are blind, suffocating. You can use your action to attempt to pry the cloaker off.
Okay, that's what I will do.
Okay, I need a strength check.
Athletics or strength?
Just as strength.
Okay. Check something. Okay.
Almost sounds like the Avengers theme.
Strength check?
Yep, strength
I
check.
forgot to change the battle music.
19.
19.
Badly enough.
You pry the cloaker off your head and just. And you take a nice deep breath in. You are no longer attached to said cloaker.
Or is it no longer attached to you?
Yeah, it's no longer attached to you. And that is your action for the turn.
Yeah.
Bonus action?
Yeah, you can do bonus action. You can run, I guess, if you really want to.
Can the cloaker make a strength saving throw as I slice open my hand and throw blood at it?
A strength saving throw?
Yeah, as chains form from the blood they wrap around it.
That is a 18 on strength. How about that?
Is that what it needed?
No, it needed less than that.
Done?
Yeah, that's it.
Carl, you realize that you're not as frightened anymore.
I will hear what's going on and I will start running towards.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'll dash.
Polly's small enough. 5, 10. There's 10 right there. So you can go into the room, into the
I would
other
move
side
over
of-
there to see what's going on.
So like inside the cave.
To the right if I can go there.
Here.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll let you get there.
Alright, I will, since I dashed, I will use my bonus action to instruct Nettie to move up to the one by Geist.
Okay.
And we will try to bite him.
Both of them are currently flying 5 feet off the ground. Just so everyone's aware.
So I can need hands with their armsies.
There's a 21 hit.
Yes.
That's still within jumbo range. 5 feet off the ground.
For 4 force damage.
It takes 4 force damage.
And
Phillips.
You
You now see 2 of them. You're in line of sight of both of them.
I will Eldritch Blast 1 to each. So the first one at the number 1, and then the second one at number 2. Well, since I'm holding the rod, I have to be like, duh, duh. So sort of looks like that. First one. That is a 20.
That hits.
Okay.
I assume first one is number 1.
Yeah. 5 force damage. And then number 2, 15
Yep, that hits.
for 9 force damage to number 2.
Alright. Would you like to move? Bonus action?
I'm going to stay right where I am at.
Okay. Chip.
Okay.
You are both in line of sight, and you've probably seen Geist kind of wrench and Lord Phillips fire in both directions.
Right.
You know there's 2.
I'm gonna move up to number 1. And I am going to bonus action Searing Smite, first level. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, let's do 7. So does that... Okay, so alright. So I'm going to attack with my battle axe. No, I'm not.
What'd you get?
Natural 1.
Ooh. You hit yourself in the toe.
I should have rolled 1 here.
Done?
Yeah.
Young Bull, you realize that you were stupid to be frightened, and you are not frightened anymore.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
he
you got
will he'll grip his urge and say, "Let's go, little blue."
Little blue.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You said I can move through his
Yeah.
30,
Probably small enough.
35, 40. My movement.
I'll give you line of sight on both.
Okay.
2 will have half-ish cover, but
Okay.
Well,
he'll
one's
go-
wide open.
He'll go for number 1 first. So first he'll rage, and then he'll toss Azura at number 1. Not Rufus, because Rufus doesn't work for ranged attacks. 21 to hit.
that hits.
Is it a fiend or a
Nope.
Okay.
It is chaotic neutral, though, if that helps.
That's 16 magical slashing damage.
If only he was still attached to my thighs.
If only.
You can only hope and dream. Still up?
Yep.
Second throw.
It is officially bloodied now.
Okay, second throw.
What?
Higher, 24 to hit
Yep.
for 11 magical slashing.
It's looking a little weary.
Alright. That's Yumble's turn.
Okay. Geist. Core, it is Geist's turn.
He is going to.
He has a cloaker right on his tuchus.
Nard, so he's going to unarmed strike it.
I just think it's so funny. Just to sit there, you know, sword, everyone's swords and everything, and he's just like...
I meant to mention this, but Azurge is glowing now.
Okay. Does it produce light?
It does.
What kind of light?
Bright and dim.
How far is the bright? Because that
Fairly
may or
far.
may not matter.
30 feet and 30 feet.
Okay.
So he'll actually use his Kasuragama.
So everywhere.
Yeah.
The first one is a nat 1. The second one is a 19
That'll hit.
for 9 magical piercing.
Oh, and that's on that one.
And then he will use a key point to disengage as a bonus action. And he's going to move behind Yumble.
So, like, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Inspector Gadget.
Since we kind of skipped your turn, or I guess we didn't include him, is Polly still there?
I didn't even really include Paulie, so I would say he's just like flying towards the ceiling.
Until it matters.
I'm not gonna do anything with him in combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're not gonna have him disrespect?
No. He does better at like scoping shit out. Like he's more just out of combat shit.
Well, he's like 1 for 8 with the spinning
Yeah.
thing.
As awesome as it is.
So we just did Geist. So bad guys. Chip is up in front, so he will actually. How ruthless are the cloakers?
Bring it.
Yeah, he's gonna continue munching on the same person.
With disadvantage.
But with disadvantage now because of the bright light.
Oh, because I hit him.
Also because of the bright light. That
it doesn't
is
stack.
a 15. Okay. He'll hit you with his tail or attempt. That is 11. Cloaker 2 will somewhat squeeze through the wall. I kind of drew it kind of wonky. He will attempt to attack Lord Phillips at disadvantage with a bite.
Hang on. Let me check something real quick. Where is it? Okay, that's fine. He's rolling at disadvantage.
Yep, 16.
Yeah, that hits.
I was gonna say, Nettie is going to use his reaction to deflect the attack. Well, it doesn't
But
matter.
he's already at disadvantage,
Never
right?
mind.
So,
That hits.
okay. And that was the bite. So you take 12 piercing damage.
Okay.
The golden Goliath appears in between, and he takes 8 less, so 4.
Hey!
Only 4?
Only 4 damage.
Alright.
But as a consolation prize, the cloaker is now attached to you,
Okay.
Can't do anything about
what
that.
conditions?
but just not on your head.
What conditions?
None. It is just attached.
Oh, really?
It is not around your head.
Oh, okay.
It has to have advantage for the headshot. And it
Interesting.
is in bright ass light. So then he'll go for the tail attack at disadvantage. That is a 15
That's right on the money.
for 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Those are bad guys. Matthias.
I will attempt to attack the.
Okay.
Uh, 22 to hit.
Yes.
Why is Sorry for whatever reason that thing.
Oh, I should have added 14. I forgot my reach damage. Oopsie. Too late.
Oh, it's a 6. For 8 points of piercing damage and 1 point of cold damage.
Okay.
And then I will attack it again.
Okay.
Uh, 19.
19 will hit.
For 9 points of piercing damage and 3 points of cold damage.
It is looking rough.
And that is it.
Okay. Carl.
I will. Am I in range of it?
You have to move up 5 feet.
I'll do that, and then I will attack him.
Yep, there we go.
First shot with the maul. is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Wow, 2 ones. 8 magical bludgeoning. Second
You
attack.
smack it, and it hits the ground.
Oh wait, I was over there.
Yeah.
I thought I was attacking the other one. By
No.
ghost. Do I have enough movement to get to the other one?
You could step into Nettie's space and back out, but you'd provoke an opportunity attack on the way out.
Technically, how I have it, because I have it
between.
I technically have it like right here. So yeah, you can get there.
Oh,
Okay, I'll move up to it and do my second swing with that one. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Better. There we go. For 15 magical bludgeoning.
It will take 8, and Lord Phillips will take 7.
And then I will say, bite him, Nedrick!
Nedrick.
How much should I take?
7.
Alright.
Yeah, that's right.
Anybody that can see me, I look bloodied.
If it looks like he's taking damage, I will have Nettie give him the help action instead.
Okay. That was Carl. Lord Phillips, would you like
So-
to?
He's still attached to me? Alright, so where is he attached to me at?
Under.
I would say he's like sucking on your shoulder.
Alright, I sort of turn his head like this, and I like look into his eyes, and then my eyes turn into like voids of blackness,
Okay.
and then this like wave of like psionic energy like pushes out of me towards it. I needed to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm casting Psionic Blast.
That is a 22.
It passes, so he doesn't get pushed or knocked prone, but he will take. That's 8, 16, 21, right?
16, 22, yeah,
22,
28,
28.
31, 32.
Oh, that was a 7, and that was a 1. No, wait, that was a 4, right? Yeah. 8, 16, 24.
I count 37.
37, so half of 37.
Okay.
36,
18.
18. So he takes 18 points of psychic damage.
And you take 17.
How much?
Whatever half is.
The half? So 17.
Yeah.
18. Oh,
That'd be 8.
So the half is half.
it's half of the half. So he took 18, so reduce that. So you take 9.
No. He takes the other half.
No,
he-
he inflicted 18 damage, which is
Yeah.
half of what's could have.
Oh,
been.
because you passed. Oh, because
Right.
I passed.
Yeah.
Got it. So 18's the total, so 9 and 9.
9 and 9. Okay.
Sorry, I thought it was.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
fine.
total, and
I
was like-
understood what was.
I was like,
going
oh,
on.
18's happened, and cool, then you take 17.
My hope was that he would have been pushed off of me. So. And that's my turn.
Okay. Chip.
Can I get to it?
You'd have to step in and step out.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because I still have Searing Smite going. So, attack with the battle axe.
Okay, so how much movement do you have?
25.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah.
Are we still doing the if you attack in somebody else's space, it's at disadvantage? Okay.
So I think that's the official rule.
Am I attacking in someone else's space?
Yeah.
Am I-
Yeah.
You're stepping into Carl's space, attacking, and then moving back.
Okay.
It is completely
It's cramped
surrounded.
in here.
Yeah. This is a wonkily drawn 5-foot wide hallway with a little bit bigger blobs on the end. So
Does a 10 hit?
no.
Okay.
And when you step back, it'll attempt a tail attack at disadvantage. Does a 13 hit?
Not even close.
Yep. Young Bull. You will also have to unless you have
Can
reach.
Yumble attempt to break the grapple himself on Lord Phillips?
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
I need a strength check.
That was almost really bad. 20.
20. You break the grapple, or you break the attachment.
Yumble grabs it by the jaws and yanks it open, and then he's gonna attempt to shove it back 5 feet.
Okay. Do you have 2 actions?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can unattach it. You can unattach it for an action, but
Right. I was misunderstanding it. Because shove is part of an attack action, but I guess I didn't really do an attack action to remove.
no. This just says use their attack action to try and dislodge it.
Right, so I have 2 attacks.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, and one of those attacks can be a shove.
Yep.
Okay. I guess.
I forget what shove is. I think it's strength for strength, or my dex. I think it's strength for
Whichever you want for
Yeah.
yourself, it has to be athletic. 22.
15.
Alright.
So you shove it back 5 feet.
And Yumble will enter the space it vacated.
Okay. Cool. Geist.
He can move to line of sight. Can he get to a point where he can at least see it at range?
I'd say there, but I'm gonna give it half cover.
Okay. He's gonna try to throw some Shirakans at it. Okay. First one. 20.
Yep.
It's because its mouth is open.
So 13 magical piercing. He's gonna try to throw another one.
It is bloody.
18 to hit.
Yep.
For 7 magical piercing. And the third one. 24 to hit.
Yep.
For 6 magical piercing.
It's looking bad.
And then he'll step back over. Just to get out of the way.
The cloaker will attempt to bite at Yumble
Okay.
with disadvantage. That is a 19.
That will hit.
So that is 10 piercing damage.
Reduced to 5.
And it is attached to you.
Okay.
Tail attack, disadvantage. That is a 17.
That will miss.
Okay. And that's the cloaker's turn. Matthias.
So with a combination of walking speed and climbing speed, am I able to get over there in 40 feet?
Yeah, I'll let you climb because it's 15 feet high, so I'll let you.
Okay. So then I'll get wherever I can.
There's Dr. Octopus in it.
Yeah. So you are standing
Dr. Octopus.
5 feet above Yumble.
Okay. And I will attempt to hit it.
Okay.
24.
Yep.
For 9 points of piercing damage.
It'll take 5. Yumble will take 4.
So it has
Reduce
all
the-
damage?
And
Yeah.
1 point of cold.
But I take half of that.
Damage transfer. While attached to a creature, the cloaker takes only half the damage dealt to it, and the other half to the attached creature.
And 1 point of cold damage.
It'll just take the cold.
I was like, how did we divide that?
Figure that one out. And then I'll attack it again.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Yep. Yeah, when I read that, I was like,
For 11 points of piercing damage.
6 to the cloaker, 5 to Yumble.
Please see another one. I'm firing a flare into that bitch.
It is still up.
1 point of cold damage.
It is still up.
And that's it.
Okay, Carl.
I'm sorry, Sir Young Bull. And I'll hit it.
With my biggest attack that I have.
Disintegrate.
23 to hit.
What's it, like 70 damage? Is disintegrate?
Something like that.
What was it?
23 to hit.
Yep.
15 magical bludgeoning.
Reduce. So 7 to me. And
7
to
to
you.
3 to you.
And then I get it reduces to 3 for me. Yeah.
And the cloaker falls.
Resistance. Take no damage.
I'll say, somebody with a sharp substance, she requested proof of these things. We might want to cut off something that will show her that we killed some.
I thought you'd never ask.
Do we hear any more moaning?
As you guys stop,
These are to
you
the-
still hear moaning from deeper in.
I don't think we're done
Do we
yet.
want to take a break real quick?
That's fine. We're at
yeah,
7:30.
Before that, I'm gonna look at you and do you look pretty bad?
I look fucked up.
Oh, Chip,
Like I say, it's my job.
you have more slots than me.
Yeah.
I told you. We should have waited over there. And he gestures back towards that intersection.
Second
Second level.
Cure wounds.
Geist will pick up his Shiraki.
18.
18?
Yep.
Okay.
How you looking? Still bad?
I look fine. I'm not bloodied.
Okay. How do you look?
Super bloody.
Third level.
He was attached the longest, I think.
Third level cure wounds. 18.
Alright. Well, while we're healing people, we're going to take a break for 10. We'll be back.
We'll be
We're
back.
back, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Hope everyone had a nice pee like we did.
I ate a burger.
Alright, you guys defeated 2 cloakers, and you still hear some moaning.
Go for it.
Anybody still looking bad?
Oh yeah, there was healing going on, so...
I look good right now. I'm not bloodied anymore.
Gumble's going to attempt to take point again.
Okay.
So-
Does he suddenly get gripped by irrational fear?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Is Azure Edge lit up?
Yes.
So if I see he's doing that and I saw what happened before, I'm gonna light up my maul too.
Okay.
Seeing as it had such a bad effect on the cloakers, he's going to leave the light on.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to reach out telepathically to Kylie and see if she's on her way back. Has to be within 100 feet. I think it's beyond where...
75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Technically, I think it's like literally...
It's possible depending on where she is at this point.
If she would have started heading back by now, then I would say...
Up to.
I would say you're slightly out of range. You have to head back to the...
I don't hear anything back from her then. Okay. But she knows what to do.
Mhm.
So...
Are those stairs?
They look similar to the other ones.
Before we leave, I want to check the 2 alcoves, and I'm going to say, does anybody else want to make sure there's no loot in these 2 caves?
Yeah, I'll go to this one over here if you want to go to that one.
And Nettie will help me dig through. I'll go to the far one, and then Chip's going to do this.
Okay.
If Chip passes by me, I'm going to reach out and cast guidance on him before he looks.
And I'll
Okay.
cast guidance
Are
on
you
myself.
staying with the party as they're looking, or are you going to venture
I'll
out?
be back. I'm going to go look for those cloakers. And he'll actually take the stairs. I presume there's a portcullis on this side.
You actually see there's an opening into what looks to be...
Big-ass cave.
Full of these things. There's hundreds of them.
This opens up into a big 60-foot high cavern that is covered with naturally formed crystals that that resemble a frozen waterfall around, and then it's all in the ceiling.
I followed behind the young bull too, because I'm not going to let him go by himself.
I'll go with him.
Okay, so Chip's over here, Carl's over here, and then where's Geist going?
He would follow the main group. Just keeping an eye on the back.
I assume Matthias is ahead.
I probably would take him up.
Yeah.
And as you look, yeah, you still see the stairs that look similar. It kind of mirrors what's up here, and then instead of there's no portcullis or gate, but it's the same kind of structure, and then it opens up into this crystalline cave. As you like dip in and like your hammer goes in, or his axe.
It's an axe.
The battle axe.
The crystal formations start to reflect, and it basically just lights up this entire room. And then, as you dip in too, the moaning gets immensely louder. It's almost deafening. So you can see that the cave is just amplifying the light and the sound.
Okay.
And I can hear this too.
It sounds kind of the same, just he's getting closer and kind of like dipping inside. Who's searching?
Does it sound like multiple voices, or does it sound
It's
like
echoing
just
so
echoing?
much that it's just one big noise.
Okay, so I can't really tell.
I reach up to. Why am I blanking?
Young bull.
Matthias. Touch his shoulder. I say a prayer in deep speech and cast guidance on him.
Okay.
And I suddenly feel less magical.
Yep.
Searching.
We need it more here.
Investigate. Thank you.
No problem.
I cast a guidance on myself.
Not perception?
No. That's not how that works.
Which way?
Jumbo will temporarily turn off the light,
Ooh, okay.
but he'll stay right there and just wait.
Which way did the stairs go?
The opposite. Let's say it kind of mirrors here. So I drew it really small, but imagine this size.
Okay. So, but did it look like it curves around towards the cave?
Kind of turns around and looks like it's heading up to the top of whatever this is.
Okay.
2?
22.
Oh, 22.
When I turned off the lights, did they get quieter?
Nope. Sound's still the same, but then everything just, you can kind of see the reflectingness kind of go down, and now it's back to being dark in there. You do not find anything of value in there.
I'll check one chip and then I'll join.
What'd you get?
12.
12. You do not find anything of value in the gold cave.
Oh no. Well,
All too
in the gold cave?
Cloaker cave.
Oh, I thought you said in the gold cave. I'm
No,
like, what?
cloaker cave.
Alright, let's head back to the rest, I say.
Alright. Well, all that's happened at the same time. So you turned off your thing. Are you heading up the stairs? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was gonna. I mean, Corey's playing Gex, but I think Gex would go up the stairs.
Okay. So we're gonna basically move all at once now.
Yeah.
So are you stepping in?
No, I'm waiting for the rest of the group.
Oh,
We
okay.
show up.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yumbo glances down the single file line,
Sorry.
and he'll turn on the light again.
And you see it start to reflect and just slowly get brighter and brighter and light up the entire room.
Yumbo will knock against the stone entryway.
You hear it just like,
So I'm gonna
and
say
it echoes like way longer than it probably should.
I'm
And
gonna
then it
say,
starts to drown
maybe
out.
I should try this thing out. And I pull out my flare gun.
Jumbo leans as far into the wall as he can, not wanting to get hit by this.
So do I see any of them?
No. It's just like all the
We
walls.
just hear mooning.
Yeah,
going
you
all
hear
over the
moaning,
place.
it's fully lit up, and it just looks like a giant crystal cave. But then it has that like same entrance that you walked through.
It's like completely reflective. So
Yeah.
Do we want to check out this stairway before we head in here?
It probably leads up to the tower.
Well, if you all are ready for this, I can shoot one of these off.
Just don't hit me.
I kind of groan a little bit, and then I will ready Eldritch Blast
So
for
I'm
anything
going
hostile.
Are you
I'm
aiming
gonna-
at anything or just shooting it into the cave?
towards the waterfall with the crystals.
Okay.
I'm
Crystal
gonna
waterfall.
aim towards that to see if I can get it to reflect more light on the whole thing. First, I'm gonna cast Spire Climb on myself,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shoot a flare at the waterfall.
So, I didn't draw the whole thing because it's basically just a giant circle, but that extends in 60 feet, so it's huge. So you just sit there and go, boom, boom, and it's kind of cool. You see like multiple reflections, so it looks like you shoot one and then it just goes,
Everywhere you see them all. Yeah.
yeah. It all
And
just
then I
like there's
just
red
look.
stripes.
Look to see where the light illuminates on the ceiling to see if I can get a good look at what's.
Oh, it illuminates everywhere.
It's bright.
It's
here
like,
now.
yeah, it's bright, and then it went from whatever, like the natural bright light of like dim yellow or white, and then you just see these red streaks just.
Numbo's gonna step in.
Okay.
I will follow in suit, and I will get my maul ready.
He takes one tentative step in and he looks directly above him. Does he see a cloaker up ahead above?
Nope.
Okay. Then he continues walking inwards.
Yep. And anything that's basically once you're in the room, you are technically deafened
Okay.
because every little step or like clang of equipment, it's just like. And everything's just going off, and the echoes last. For
It's
like
not really
30
that you're
seconds.
deafened, it's just that there's so much
There's so much
sound
ambient
everywhere.
noise that you can't really
Okay.
tell.
Cacophony.
Yeah, there's
That's
so
a
much.
good word.
There's so much clusterfuckage of noises going
Yumbo's
on.
gonna ask.
Ah, there we go.
Is there anything
That
for, like
works
deafened?
well.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yumbo,
You just automatically fail any checks that require hearing.
right. Yumbo will ask Little Blue if there are any non-lawful creatures in the cave, not including the people behind you.
You get a ping.
Okay. What direction?
Right behind you.
Oh, great.
You see it peeking over at the top of this. And everybody roll initiative.
I had a thing ready to FYI.
Yumbo will rage because he can do that even if he's surprised.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration to re-roll my initiative. 1 extra.
I forget where it is. I think it's on this level. maybe it's because I was like looking through the entire thing and just kind of spot reading some stuff. But there is something in here that says if you like do a certain thing, it says give them out this. It acts as inspiration, and they're allowed to get multiples if they do like this, this, and this.
Oh,
and I was like,
shit.
ooh, I was like, that's fucking sweet. I forget if it's here or later on, but I was like, ooh, that's fun.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
Now we're gonna be doing all the stuff.
Bogging down the game. Matthias.
8. Nice.
Geist. Young Bull.
14.
12.
Lord Phillips.
14 as well. I will go behind Young Bull.
Okay. Chip.
6.
Oof.
Oh.
I was like, there's no way. Because what, you rolled an 8? Yeah. Carl.
17 for me, 19 for guys.
It's really cool.
Sounds like I'm in Hobbiton.
I didn't realize it was slotted like that. That's nice.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I was
because I did like the triangles, it just like kind of wedges right in there.
That
Kind of works. All right, he appears. Geist is kind of all the way in the back as usual. He'll have to.
10,
I guess if.
30, 35, 40, 40.
Unless the thing.
So that is a 30-foot high tower. So it mimics this. I drew it all wonky. Right? He's on top of one of these. Which is 30
So
feet
it's
high.
50 feet just to get around the long conga line.
Are we
He's got
surprised?
50 feet.
Okay.
No.
Then he could get here or here or here.
I'll get behind Young Bull.
This is like there.
Yep, and on the way, I'm gonna throw 3 shurikens.
Okay. What's the distance on those?
20 and 60.
So 20 to 60 is regular, right? No.
Yeah.
20 to 60.
20 is
20
regular. Anything
regular,
past
60
20.
disadvantage.
And
I
how far away
I
is
thought
it?
past 60
30
was
feet.
misses.
Yeah.
Up to 60, it's disadvantage. At 60 or above, it's complete miss.
So it'd be disadvantage because he's 30
Yes.
feet high.
Oh, okay.
Unless he has
But yeah, he
some
can throw
features
it.
that-
doesn't
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah.
As quick as this was, I'd say he would just.
Because 10 to 20 is regular, 20 to 60 is
Um,
disadvantage.
17 to hit.
Yes.
The other one was a 26. For 6 magical piercing for the first.
Okay. And I assume with the dice roll thing, you can choose advantage or disadvantage.
I just rolled twice.
Oh.
Because you
14 to hit.
14?
Mhm.
Yes. Ding ding ding! The magic number!
For another 6, and then the last one for the bonus action. But 23 to hit.
Yep.
For max damage, 10.
Hey. Good.
That's it.
Carl!
Alright. He will spider walk
right up to it.
up to it.
So I'm gonna put you on top of the bridge.
And he will hit him twice.
Good.
And then switch. Take 5
How does
minutes.
high jump work?
Move 10 plus feet and jump the number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
That's long jump.
No, that's high jump.
Is it?
3 plus my strength, I see.
When you are making a standing high jump, that distance is halved. It's actually the same for long jump. Long jump is,
Long jump
Long
is when
jump
you make
should
a.
be different.
long jump
running.
is your strength score. High jump is equal to
strength.
3 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Ooh, fuck yeah. 16 to hit.
Yep.
Max damage 18. Magical bludgeoning.
Hey!
Second hit.
It does have to, no.
Nat 20.
Damn.
I want evidence.
I see it.
You already moved it.
Oh shit. 15 plus 12 is 27. Magical bludgeoning. And he will.
It went from nothing to really bloody.
real fast.
It was 27, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Let me see. Had something to do.
This is gonna be a quick look.
I will instruct Nettie
to
Stare menacingly.
Bite its dingleberries.
I'll just tell him to protect Howard,
Okay.
and he'll move just in front of Howard.
Okay.
And if something comes up to Howard, he'll bite it.
Hello, Howard. Hello. Inspector Gadget.
Young Bull.
Yumble will glance up at the thing 30 feet in the air,
What?
and he'll pull up his edge, and he'll ring a little bell on that,
Okay.
It's close.
and he'll just stand there.
Okay. Lord Howard Phillips. You kind of see some action going on. Nettie comes back and is like, I gotcha. And then he leaves
10, 20, 25. Or can I move into this space right here?
Yep.
So 25, 30 there.
Yep.
And does it look like the cloaker has been hit?
Yes.
Perfect. A bell begins to toll in his head. I need a wisdom save for Toll the Dead.
Does a 10 do it?
Nope, you needed a lot more than that. He is going to take 13 points of necrotic damage. This is brain.
You just see it just.
Wait, it's dead?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Fuck out of that.
It went from 22 damage done to it to 40 damage done to it, and then with the crit, it went up to 67 damage done to
my
it,
God.
and then it only has 78. So you pushed it up to 8.
All right, cool.
All right. You have destroyed the final cloaker that you know of.
Do we hear any more moaning?
The moaning has stopped, but still, whoever's inside this room still can't hear anything. It's still more just the ambient noise is just kind of.
You still hear ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, that ring is just.
So I'm gonna walk over to the water area
Okay.
because you said it looked like a frozen waterfall.
Yeah, it's just like a crystalline waterfall.
Yeah, it's more that the crystals are arranged as if they were a waterfall.
I'll actually move up to the top of where I guess it looks like the water would be coming from.
Okay.
And just take a look to see if there's like a cave up there.
Nope. You walk around and it is looks like a giant geode inside of here.
So I want to look within the geode and see if I can see anything frozen of interest.
Give me a perception check.
Does it look like I could break one of these crystals off?
With enough strength, yeah.
Yumble's gonna hack into that final cloaker because we need evidence.
Okay.
You bring back a bunch of cloaker tails?
Yep.
Does anybody want a new cloak?
15.
Have a
15?
cloak?
You try to peek through, and the main spots of interest, you don't really see anything that's in there. It's just
Can I look around just the rest of the cave to see? What do you
you
want?
don't find nothing.
Okay. I think it's safe to move away from here. Maybe we can check out that staircase before we leave. I think all in all, the job might be done. And I can't hear any of that.
Nope.
So you seem
I can
Or
hear
you're talking, but it's like every word you say is echoing on top of the other one. So it's just like
As he starts talking, I just go like this.
Being of an investigative nature, I'm gonna go to the top of the tower.
Okay,
I'm gonna begin walking out back out towards the forest,
that's fine.
Yumble will go with.
trying to ping Kylie.
I'm gonna walk in
I'm just gonna move everyone, but yeah, I'm gonna let everyone do their thing.
and I'm gonna break off a piece of the crystal
Give
because
me a strength check.
I have an idea.
I'll assist you.
With advantage. 14.
14. Let's say you break off like a decent like softball size.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll point towards the staircase. And I'll follow him up the
Okay.
staircase.
You guys head up to the staircase, and you recognize it from. Well, you're already up there, but you are up on top of this one. It looks almost identical.
To what, the guard posts?
Yeah. Yeah. This and that are basically mirror images. Just this one has a gate, and that one doesn't.
So we'll follow. This one has a gate. Is it closed?
No, this one doesn't have a gate.
Oh,
The front one had the gate. The back one doesn't.
So we'll follow Matthias up. Just
Okay.
readying an attack in case there's something up there.
You see the hacked dead body of the cloaker that's down.
Wait, what?
That's where the cloaker died. Was up on top of the tower.
Oh.
Wait, but there's 2 towers. What? Is it not 2 towers?
There's a bridge that bridges them. So there's.
Yeah.
So you walked up. There's like a.
So there's nothing on this first tower.
No. The cloaker died over here.
That's what I was
Yeah.
confused about. Was how we saw the first one.
I'm
So
just
we-
counting it as one.
We just searched the upper area and
No.
don't find anything.
Yep.
Do we want, once we join the party, do we want to check these other 2 buildings while we're here?
Actually, I want to investigate the rest of this cavern to see if I can find anything.
Okay.
If there's anything of interest on the ground
Cloaker
or
eggs.
anywhere.
Oh. Inside the crystalline one, or
Yeah, the crystalline.
he already kind of looked around and there wasn't anything about it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, if
big
you
giant-
mentioned that, I
Big
would've
giant
been
geode.
joking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess I'll look in the other one.
Yeah. If you went in, you would have saw him like just a spider climbing
And when we
everywhere.
get out there, I'm gonna say,
It's actually the find of interest in the other ones. No,
just in
No.
case,
Just the cloaker infestation, and that's about it.
with how weird she was about destroying natural things, maybe don't tell her you took the crystal.
I
I
wasn't
planning on it, but I'm gonna pull out my little hammer,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna tap it. Does it resonate sound?
No.
Damn it. Not at all.
Give me an insight check.
It's almost like the cave was set up in such a way.
Where's the video from?
22.
22. It makes like a normal like ting sound, but you kind of realize that like it needs all of them to kind
It
of
would have to
reflect
be
off
huge
each other to get that kind of
to
resonance
see.
off of it.
Okay. Does it appear to be of value?
I think it's
Okay, well, I can add it to
I
something.
find it hard to believe.
Use it as a focus for some of the weapon we create later, and I put it in my bag.
put it in the flare. Just have it send out.
And then when Lord Phillips starts stepping out, you kind of get in range of.
What is
Kylie?
Kylie.
All right.
You actually start.
Seeing her.
Yeah. Well, not she's a spider.
Yeah.
But yeah, you kind of get that
feel
she's
her
kind of walking
presence.
back.
Okay. What does she tell me?
In the
That
other
she
building,
And can you recap what was in the first one?
the first one, I think I said there was a bunch of
Furniture.
piled furniture,
Against the doors.
a dead corpse, and an arch.
And as you're standing there, I take out a pony keg and I splash you.
Oh yeah.
I don't even react.
Like, okay. This one's for the smell.
There you are.
And then the other one, the farther one that she was coming from, basically a bunch of lanterns and beds. So that's her kind of bleak.
All right, I'll relay that information to the rest of the party.
And when you guys step out, you notice that it is nighttime.
That's
The
weird.
moon is out, and you realize that you woke up. You saw the sun rise and everything, and it's like 9 in the morning, and it is dark.
Well, I hope the crystal you took didn't have anything of that. I was just thinking the same thing.
Maybe you should go put it back.
You want to test out
Don't
this
know
theory?
if after he broke it, he can put it back.
Oh, I can mend it.
It's not a real
We could
sky.
both
Who
mend
cares?
I mean, she did say not to fuck with anything in
Her forest.
this. I mean,
Well, when we killed the cloaker, it
This
crashed
happens
into
to
it and
be-
a piece chipped off.
This happens to be her crystalline forest.
So Chip and I will go back and we'll mend it back.
Okay.
Come back out.
And it's still dark.
It is still dark.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Oh, you want to break it back off again? We could use it for something. Let's just. Okay, alright.
So everyone is right outside the base of the thing.
Would you all like to check these other buildings before we head back?
Right as well.
We haven't been out for that long.
There is a dead body in that building over there, don't forget.
Well, we could always speak to it.
I'm surprised it hasn't been turned into some sort of trophy.
So you guys are making your way across.
Yep, making our way downtown.
So, as you guys,
Nope, we can't speak with it.
as you guys start making your way across, who's got the highest passive perception? I don't know why yours is in your hand.
It is
Matthias has a 19.
Investigation.
Oh shit! Matthias notices kind of like a ball of light that's kind of just floating in this direction, back and forth.
That's never good.
And I don't know, can I make like a nature check or something to see if I know what would be a ball of light that would float back
Sure.
and forth?
And since you're so far away, disadvantage.
On a nature check to assume what something is.
Yeah, I'm the DM. Fucking said it.
Is a Fey Fiend or undead?
That's what I think. It is technically an undead.
Sivart says you have the best shirt.
Thank you.
23.
Thank you, Trans.
23. It may or may not look like a will-o-wisp.
It's his first name. There's a million Travises around here.
That is true.
And it's literally backwards.
Share them section.
Okay.
Some people wouldn't know that though.
There appears to be a will-o-wisp over in that direction.
Kill it with fire.
I don't think you can kill it with fire. I'm not 100% sure, but
I mean, it's just a.
Do you know how powerful a will-o-wisp is?
History check on a will-o-wisp to see what I recall about it, and that's a 6 plus a
Is your nature any better?
Dragon?
11 for a history.
I could probably do
I
something.
mean, I can roll a nature too if you want.
What are you looking for?
Just
Or,
trying to see if I recall
in
any
the woods,
knowledge
where we're
about
supposed to leave
will-o-wisps.
things
That's
You
true.
know that they are
Stories, fairy tales.
normally chaotic evil. They are malevolent, wispy balls of light that haunt lonely places and battlefields, bound by dark fate and dark magic to feed on fear and despair.
I say we leave it alone.
As long as it doesn't approach us.
I agree.
If it does, I'm going to shoot it with my flare gun.
I could turn it away and possibly destroy
Go to
it,
building
so-
number 1.
So,
Yeah, that's the one with the dead body.
you guys walk around, and there happens to be
But
a
again, maybe
door
not.
right there.
Open the
We
door.
are in the middle of that forest.
Get on the floor.
Everybody walk the dinosaur. Howard,
Yeah.
maybe would you be able to send a message to our friend Willow to see if she is friendly with this being, or if she has any insight if we should worry about it?
Well, it is a will-o-wisp.
Boo.
Whack! Oh shit.
They made the pun. I didn't. I didn't put the will-o-wisp in there. But I do think it's funny.
Would it be okay if we just ask her about it when we get back?
We could, yes.
Why don't we check out the
Why don't you
buildings
take a
first?
rest?
Go into the building.
I would say, somebody. I think you all might need my investigation skills. Somebody else might want to at least just keep an eye on it while we're doing this.
I can do that. Just holler.
Okay. So as I said, there are 2 windowless stone guard towers with peaked slate-tiled roofs that stand in the middle of the forest where several elevated walkways converge. So like all of these kind of wall walkway things.
Gotcha.
The buildings are built on higher ground than the surrounding forest, and their stone doors are unlocked. So who's going
door.
inside this one? Who's staying outside?
I'm staying
gonna
outside.
move that over there.
I'm going in
I'm
first.
going in.
Jumbo's keeping
Second.
an eye on that will-o-wisp.
Who else is going in?
I'm going in.
That's who's
I'll
in.
go. Well, actually, I'm going to stay out with Young Bull.
Geist will stay out, I think, right?
Yeah, he'll stay on and keep an eye. Okay.
You guys are going to
Investigate the area.
So,
I'm gonna use my perception to look around the room.
never mind. I'm going to retcon this. Because I just described it, and then it's... In the summary section, it says they're unlocked, but when you go to the actual building, this one, I'm going to retcon and say you try to open the door. It is unlocked, but you try to open it, and it seems to be barred shut.
Do we see any windows?
No.
No, he said it's when
Because there were furniture.
There's
I
Against
stated
the
there was
walls.
furniture piled up in this one.
I will
The
spider
other one's locked, this one's not.
onto the roof.
Okay.
See
You are
if I
now...
can find any open spots on the roof.
The roof looks intact.
Can I look around to see if I can find any soft spots?
We're looking for other doors on the other side of the
I will, but
You find another door over here and 2 walkways.
so I will walk to the other door.
But because it's slate roof, I'm going to say there is no...
So I'll walk to the other door and check to see if it's
same thing.
I'm going to go to the walkway.
Okay.
Does the walkway have any entry to the building? No?
From the pictures, it's kind of wonky, but that's how it's drawn, so I'm just going
I'm going to give up, climb down, and go to the other building.
Young bull, would you and Chip try to open this door, please? It seems as if it's barred.
Phillips, do you have eyes?
You just see me looking over at the wisp. Go ahead.
2 of them.
Yumble will go and attempt to bust his way through the...
Give me an athletics
with
check.
my help.
And
It's
what
weird
did the
that
wisp-
lifting the portcullis was a straight strength check. This actually says
Oh
athletics.
no, that's really bad. 11.
Ooh, you... As much as you might, you move it a little bit, but then you move it enough that you can see that it is stuff piled, but it's going to take a little more force to try and get it open.
And the wisp is still just kind of patrolling around that area.
Yeah.
I
Just
push
kinda
my
going back
shoulder
and
in and we go again.
Alright, since it's a second time, I'm going to reduce it down to just regular.
Okay,
How far away is the wisp from me?
that's better.
1, 2,
That's 24.
3, 4, 5, about 60 feet.
24?
24. You just, and you hear all the, and you see all the tables and kind of boxes and beds kind of just thrown
And
everywhere.
I will illuminate my maul.
And then Yumble will go back next to Lord Phillips.
Okay.
As you're coming out,
furniture.
I am walking closer to the wisp to get it within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
You might want to check your phone.
And then I'm going
No, not you
to
guys.
attempt to telepathically communicate with it.
Here, and I'll actually mark the will-o-wisp.
And in its head, I will say, "Hello, friend."
There we go.
I have short little legs. It's gonna take me a while.
So by the time you get out to me,
Yeah,
You
you're
see
already
me.
gone.
you see me over there. And when I say hello, friend, I am actually going to cast friends on myself, obviously, because that's how it works.
So you speak out, and it responds, and it says,
No, it can't respond telepathically back.
"Oh."
Yeah.
And what does friend technically do?
If
Friends
if
just gives me advantage on charisma checks.
It's
that-
a charm. So
Okay.
if it's not immune to charm, he has advantage on any charisma checks.
Yeah.
And what'd you say?
I just said, hello, friend.
Okay. It starts moving closer to you.
Okay. I'm not doing anything threatening. I'm just kind of standing there, just holding up my hand like this.
At this point, the people inside, you see piled behind each door are broken chairs, shattered benches, empty chests. Inside the building, you see an arch carved into the middle of the east wall that is decorative stone arch encasing a blank wall. A wooden trestle table lies on its side in the middle of the room with iron chandeliers with melted wax candles suspended from the rafters, above by ropes tied off on hooks near the northern door. Tucked behind an iron stove in the northeast corner is a dead body. I will describe it when you guys get close.
I will check out the arch.
All right.
I will check out the body.
Okay.
Oh, won't you?
So, east wall is
I will ready my maul in case it springs up.
there. Dead
Menacing fashion.
And I like how we're all conditioned to deal with
Undead.
undead now. Appropriate for adventurers, but it's still funny.
So, the stone archway, its stone frame has been carved to look like the trunks of trees, and at close inspection reveals the image of a dead tree carved in its keystones. Give me an history check.
History check.
$22. This looks familiar, like the arch gates that you have seen before.
But this one's on.
No, it's on. So you know you have to do something to turn the gate on.
Can I figure out what that is?
Sure. Right after this. So they go up to the body. You notice that it is a halfling adventurer.
I'm gonna do a medicine check.
Yeah, while he does that, I'm going to start looking through its belongings.
Okay.
See if I can tell how it died. 16.
16.
Seems like some very powerful druidic magic was at play.
Looking at so it is a dead halfling that is wearing leather armor, and his face is twisted into a mask of horror. With the medicine check reveals that he died from several lightning strikes.
Nice.
Shit. He probably tried to go through this thing and it wasn't the right level. Like we did before.
Search through his shit.
Yeah, anything
Seeing
good.
as the room is barricaded, it probably wasn't her.
I mean, it could have been her. She's a druid.
What is Young Bull and Geist
if
doing?
If she busted her way in there, the doors would not be shut.
Yeah, but why she must
So Yumble's heading back to
Gashes formed through the wall.
heading back to
Gashes
where
formed.
Geist and Lord Phillips were, and he immediately notices that Lord Phillips isn't there. So he's going to glance around in search of him.
You see me 30 feet away?
Does Geist say anything when you start walking away?
Well, he didn't say he was walking.
No, him.
Oh.
He would have stayed there ready to attack if need be.
Okay.
The shuriken in hand.
Yumble will be ready to attack too. He'll toss his axe if it becomes hostile.
Okay. So, as the will-o-wisp, he's gonna creep another 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he will say, it doesn't have a gender on the description. Sir Will-o-wisp.
And when I spoke in its head, it was just common. So, regardless, he should be able to understand me.
Senior Guillermo Wisp.
He says, he kind of like floats, and then you hear, "Follow me. I have treasures for you." And then it starts floating back this way.
You know what the treasure is? Certain death.
Okay. As he starts floating away, I will say in his head again, "What treasures do you speak of?"
He says, "You must follow me to find out."
I'm gonna do an insight check to see if I can tell if he's lying or not.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that in a minute it knows that he attempted to charm it.
Well, I have it. I haven't done any charisma checks against it yet.
Oh, okay. So it's only
So
once you
because
do that.
friends is targeted on myself,
Right.
and if I have to use a charisma check, then I'm using it
Okay.
against him.
Never mind.
That's a natural 20
I just remembered that
plus
explicit.
4. Yeah.
That says
Yeah.
He's not lying.
Nice. Good job.
You get decent intentions that he might lead you to some treasure.
I asked him, how far away is he now? 30 feet?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so I asked him
I give
again,
you time. As
about how far away is this treasure?
he says, so for map purposes, that wall here ends into one of those big plateaus. So if I drew this, there'd be a big plateau right here.
Okay.
This mountain wall would continue here, so it kind of is only 30 feet wide, and then it looks like it opens up into another part of the forest. And he says, just beyond this cliff.
Okay. I'll turn around and look and see Geist and Youngbull, and in both of their heads, I'll communicate that he claims to have treasure he wants to lead us to, and I'm just gonna stay exactly where I'm at.
Okay. And then as you're standing there, you kind of see him keep on drifting by, and then you kind of lose him after the cliffside, and you see he kind of like goes to the right. Okay.
All right.
Can I do some sort of check to the body to see if I notice that this would have been an attack by maybe a will-o-wisp?
Sure. Give me nature.
That one.
You're not sure?
Did I find anything?
Just the leather armor, and I think that's it. It wears a salvageable. Oh, okay. Here we go. It wears a salvageable suit of halfling-sized leather armor, and it is clenching a short sword and a burnt torch stub in the other. He also has a Dungeoneer's pack with spoiled rations, only 5 torches remaining, and a small patch containing 4 gold.
I'll hand ship 2 gold.
Thanks, bud.
Would you like any of these torches?
I don't really need torches, but I'll take them. We can always do something with them.
Yes. Matthias, did you find anything else of interest in here?
That's a good question. Would you like to examine the sword?
I would like to.
I was waiting for somebody to say, out of all the detect magics that they've done, the 2 that do it all the time.
I don't have
Not
detect magic, but I can look at the sword with my smith's tools, or I can
When you look at the sword,
identify.
you immediately recognize it because of who you are as a person, and it is a silvered short sword.
Oh, this could come in some handy if we meet any shifters.
Fuck. Yes. Why would he have that? Put it in your bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why would a halfling have a silvered short sword?
Maybe because he's a were-rat.
Or somebody else is a werewolf.
Sorry.
Yumble will tell guys to let them know, and then he's going to follow Lord Phillips.
I haven't moved yet.
I know
so.
he's going up to you.
Okay, so
No, it's more like.
Matthias, I don't know why you're laying down to sleep.
he's looking at it from all angles.
I'm actually just in the push.
I don't see why we don't follow it.
So what did you want to
We should be able to handle
The
it.
gate.
Yes.
How do I open it?
Give me an insight check.
Weird, they don't have silver.
Insight?
Yes.
You can silver it. If you click it,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you
There's
click it, customize.
yeah, there's a silver thing.
14.
14. From staring at it, so I'll describe it again. So the stone archway is carved to look like the trunks of trees, and a close inspection reveals the image of a dead tree carved in its keystones. So with all the gates before, it's always like kind of matches and you have to like touch it or do something or insert a coin. So you kind of get the gist that touching the archway with a dead twig or branch would cause the gate to open.
Oh, of course I'm not proficient with this weapon.
Can I try to touch it with a torch? Like a stick, you know? Torch. Stick.
You touch it with the torch and it does
It's a
not.
dead piece of wood, you know? Yeah, see? With that torch stick.
You realize you have to go outside and
The magic
Okay,
can
find
tell.
I
It
will-
knows you're
fallen
trying to trick
branch.
it.
I'll go outside and look around. Oh, that's right. She said we can pick stuff up off the ground. Yeah, so I'll just, look around until I find something.
Okay. Do you inform your other peoples in there what you're doing or what you found or whatever? Or do you just walk outside?
I'm gonna go find a stick.
It seems as if we found another arch.
So you guys are
Yeah, I
close
knew it
enough
was in
to
there.
talk.
Are you yelling out at us?
Yeah, just
We're
letting
out.
you
We're
know.
over there. Okay.
I mean, you're close enough. I mean,
Yeah.
mildly over volume.
Yeah, you guys knew
voice.
the arch was in there.
The
so-
wisp says it has shinies.
I didn't know that.
Oh, did it stop heading somewhere?
Yes, are we going?
I point in that direction, and I say we lost sight of him.
We might, we gotta come back this way anyway, so
Hopefully. Yeah, let's go.
let's check it out.
Matthias is still gonna go pick up a stick and then
Okay.
get back in there.
Wait up, creepy flying orb! And Yumble starts trudging off through the forest.
So everyone's going this way. Matthias is staying back.
And then when they get there, I let them know that I wasn't.
It's a forest. You find one pretty easy.
I wasn't.
Do you pick it
getting
off the
any
ground
benefit
or do you
from
break it off a tree?
That's weird.
I wasn't lying about it.
Around.
Just
saying.
Just
try to incite
had to
yourself.
ask because it's a roll. Okay, you find one. You walk back in. But as you're walking back in, everyone's kind of going that way.
Yep, that's fine.
We'll wait for Matthias.
Oh, we're just gonna stand here.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Well, Yumble's not waiting.
I
What do
didn't
you do?
bring up with the weight.
Okay. When you touch
Before
it,
you leave, I cast guidance on you.
it looks like the gate starts to like fade open.
And lightning comes out.
It's okay, you'd have to deal 114 damage.
Is this the right level? I think.
Don't test me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not all at once. He could get you down to like one or two and then hit you for,
I crossed off all the numbers.
I really like this playlist that you found for us.
I don't know. What'd you say?
It's pretty good.
Because I know you're not at full health right now, so.
You're right. Don't quote me.
142, I think you said? What did you say?
114.
114.
Oh wait, that's not even true. 124.
124.
So it opens up into a hallway lined with crumbling stone tables and shelves. Upon rest, sturdy dwarven anvils, whetstones, tongs, hammers, chisels, and other tools.
Do I recognize this area?
Give me a history check.
I am glad Chip's not there.
I
I'm
am
trying to
super
walk through
good
there.
at those. 19.
19. From the stone structure and the things you get, this looks like it takes you back up to level 2 somewhere.
I will take a step through. I've never been in one of these portals, so.
Okay. You walk through, and you are now on level 2.
Huh. I'll grab. There's nobody here though. Around me. So there's. You said it was dwarven what? Dwarven tools.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like tools and stuff.
I will gather like a set worth of tools and take with me.
Okay.
You turn around,
Go back through.
the door's gone.
Yeah, you go back through.
Matthias always wanders off.
It's in his nature.
So this was actually
Very
one of the
explored.
gates on level 2 that you guys did not find. I don't think you guys found this one when you were exploring around. It was one of the alleyways that you guys never went down.
So nothing happens.
It's still on level 2 because I crossed out every room that you guys went in. There were still 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we definitely did
Level-
not
level
go.
4 sections on level 2 that you didn't even
Level
touch.
2 was the one with the drow, right?
That one has the goblin market
Yes.
and shoes
She's the one
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh.
it is. Yeah.
What's his name? Is
No,
up
because we
there?
did find that one room, but I don't think we found the gate in it.
So
Because we found a room that
out
was
of game,
a dwarven
this is the gate
forge.
that when they took you guys capture, this is the gate they took you through to get you deeper down into the levels. But everyone was hooded, so no one really knew what they were getting
So
into.
they took us down to 6 or 5, and then took us
Yeah.
up to 3,
Now they took us to 6 to take us up to 4.
up to 4. That's crazy. Cool.
They know the way around.
Okay, but step back through. Does anything happen going through this portal?
Nope.
Like, I know it's-
After that, I'll say you walked through, you looked around, you grabbed some stuff, kind of like you rough minute passes, and it closes back up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, I'll meet up with the group.
Okay. You walk outside, and you have a bunch of tools on you.
Chip, I got you some gifts. Here you go.
Oh my god, thank you.
Another set of smithing tools.
What I've always wanted. I get these every year from Christmas from my grandma. Don't need them anymore.
So when
Actually, no, seriously, thank you. That's great.
when Young Bull gets 30 feet away from me, since he charged fourth.
Oh, you charge
following-
fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I said that Yumble started chasing after the wisp, saying weird, or it was something along the lines of "Creepy floating orb, wait up!"
Okay. So you start charging.
And then when he gets 30 feet away, I just start following.
Okay. Does everyone else start following?
Yes.
Okay. So you are 30 feet ahead. Once you, I'm not going to draw, we're kind of just theater of the mind at this point. Once you kind of get, it kind of squeezes down to looks like about 15 feet where the cliff and the mountain face kind of, and then you open up. Is there a description of this forest?
And I will telepathically speak to Young Bull and let him know that he went to the right.
Okay.
Because that's where I saw him go, right?
Yumble
Yeah.
gesture over his shoulder.
So as you get past the narrow part and it opens up, thin rays of moonlight penetrate this dense canopy of this old forest, which trees are covered with moss. So it seems like every section you go in, it's just the trees and the forest look different. So this one's more top cover and everything's kind of mossy and dark and stuff. And then I would say through about 60 feet or so away, you start to see the glimpses of the will-o-wisp start to like,
Okay.
it's like making a circle.
Yumble perch.
Everyone else following? Do you guys make an effort to catch up or just stay in 30 feet?
Just, I'm moving at the same pace that he is, hoping to eventually catch up with him. Because he
Okay.
moves faster than I do, so I'm not gonna...
I
Okay.
am slowly trailing behind because I can only move 25 feet.
Okay. Since Young Bull's the first one coming up, you see the will-o-wisp just start hovering around this like area. As you get closer, you notice that it is a grave. A grave stands amid the grove of dead, burnt trees. It is marked with the headstone that reads, "Here lies Cassian, human friend and companion." The top of the gravestone is carved
It had to be a
to
grave.
look like a rose.
Maybe.
Yumble turns around and starts walking back.
So Wisp, can you speak to me?
Are you all up there now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah.
started, so everyone's
Well,
up there.
yeah, I guess
But
you
before they get back, there's nothing to see.
what was up there?
Nothing. It was a trap.
Insight check.
You actually hear him pause for a second. I guess I'll roll.
I rolled really low, actually.
So did I.
I rolled a 4.
3.
Oh, I got a 4!
Hey!
15.
Something's up.
I will keep walking past him and then approach the wisp. And
Okay.
Follow you.
And you wanted
Yeah,
to say
I'll follow.
something, or no?
So as we approach and we see the grave,
Yeah.
we would read it, and then I would attempt to speak with the wisp, and if it doesn't speak back, I would ask Howard to ask him if he's the spirit of who is in the grave, or if it was somebody he knew. either if he'll answer me, that's fine. If not, I'll ask Howard to speak.
So, well, are you going to speak to it?
Yeah.
You gonna try?
I say all that to him, and if he doesn't answer me, then I'll ask Howard to.
So, I guess recap what you've actually said.
So I would say, are you the spirit of what is buried here, or did you know this person?
He says, yes, my body is buried here.
Does he say that out loud?
Yeah.
Insight. 11?
Yeah, he's being truthful. Or you think he
Is
is.
there something that you would like us to do for your body? We
He says,
don't want to just scavenge what is on it.
He says there's a treasure down there if you can help, or if what do you say? Let's see what he says.
Is he within listening range of this as he walked
back
away?
out. I mean, I'd say within 30 feet you could probably hear him. Because 30 feet's really only like here to there. You can probably hear like normal
I
talking.
mean, he walked up to you guys, but he didn't like walk away.
Okay.
He
Okay.
was more trying to.
So you hear the conversation too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can I insight check it to see if its intentions are ill or?
Well, he says, I'll make a deal with you. I will give you my treasure if you do this. If you do this one thing for me.
What would this be?
I will let you take my wand if you destroy Willow, that elf witch.
I told you it's a trap.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
It's a trap.
What did, why do you want Willow dead?
Well, no doubt she killed him.
Well, she probably sucked him dry first. That's not what I was saying, but okay.
I mean, I think we could, but that's fucking rough.
I don't know if we could.
The Will-O-Wisp responds and says, Willow was once my friend until Hallister turned her against me.
So is
She killed me in the woods.
So you're saying that Willow is working with Hallister?
Yes.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Yeah, I would
Make
insight
cast
that
guidance
too.
on myself.
I'm just gonna insight
5.
19.
He's telling the truth.
The plot thickens.
Dum dum dum.
By the way, Zane, I messaged you something.
Did you? Is it a dick?
Of course.
What else would it be?
I got a question whenever
Let it load. Question.
Does
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
does
Retcon. We'll do it after.
Hallister know or have something on her? How are they working
I
together?
He says, Hallister bewitched her. She killed me, and Hallister gave her this level.
Well, it seems as if most of the things on this level are under control of her.
Which would in turn mean that they're under control of Hallister as well.
But I worry if we kill her, is everything going to turn on us?
Most likely.
I also wonder if the ears of the forest are listening.
Well, we're not doing anything wrong right now.
What was the name of the grave? Caspian? What was the name of the grave?
Christian?
Christian. Would you like to move on past this?
Hold on, since I forgot, and Mark was so gracious to remind me, since he walked through the gate, a rune goes off. Then I guess this may or may not determine if he walks with you. I need you to roll a d10.
Yeah, I was wondering.
That's usually been like a harmful thing for us.
Well, so walking through the gate is harmful, but these are.
You either get a bane or a boon.
10.
Reroll. There's only 9, so I mean, roll a d9.
If it was possible. 1.
1. Okay.
I rolled a 10 and then I rolled a 1. What are the odds?
Make a death save.
Save or die.
Yep.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. And let me check what the normal.
Nice. Oh! Nice.
6.
Ooh, okay.
I guess I'm making a new character, guys. See what it is.
Like you don't already have 4 more in the chamber.
I mean,
I think I'm just gonna go with that
literally
fails.
like 40 other characters, so. Just saying.
It's kind of already happened and passed, but I guess this would determine if you even. Ooh. No, it should be fine. But we'll roleplay it. So basically, you get the confusion spell cast on you for 1 minute.
Okay. Was that?
So we can retcon it. You'll still end up at the same point. It'll just be a little more interesting. That's So this spell assaults and twists characters' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Each creature within 10 feet of the sphere centers must make a wisdom save. The effect cannot take reactions or roll. Oh, and then there's things. It's mainly just confusion about moving or attacking.
You just move around
So,
and attack random things.
Well, so the big thing is though, it's like I would have gotten it when I walked through the
Through. So you would have been confused for at least a minute. So I would have said that.
So do you want me to roll some stuff?
No, basically that the door would have closed, but it's the same on this side. So once the minute had passed, you would have just touched the branch back, opened it up, and walked back through and still gave all the stuff back.
Okay.
So you got one of the lighter ones, and not like the lightning bolt
Since
that's
you walked
fucking
back
like
through-
20d6.
Does he have to do it again?
No, I'll let this happen since I missed it. We won't do it since I missed it.
Well,
So you're still at the same point. You just kind of went through, got confused for a minute, opened it up, and went back out. So you took 3 minutes to get back instead of like 1.
Chrissy, do you want to go to the next life? Are you tired of being here, haunting the woods?
Once Willow is gone, I will be happy to leave.
well, give us some time. You've definitely given us some things to think about. We should be around for a little bit. So,
So you're not accepting my deal?
I'm not saying we're not accepting a deal.
We're not denying or turning down your deal.
We need to think
You're
about
walking away.
What happens if we walk away?
I'll have to stop you.
Why is this?
Because I am chaotic evil.
And I only,
He doesn't actually say that. Come on.
and I only got this far because of the charm.
You will end
spell.
up like the halfling.
Am I with them at this point?
Yeah.
I look at him, at the will-o-wisp, and I'm like, are you sure you want to do this then?
Accept my deal and this doesn't have to happen.
My eyes turn black, void of blackness, and I cast Psionic Blast. I need a dex save from him.
A death save?
Dex.
Oh, I was like,
Yes, a death save.
Okay. That is a nat 1.
Yeah, he fails. So he will take 68.
What kind of damage is it?
And I pull my flare.
Psychic. 6 d8s.
And as soon
I
as
rolled
he...
it wrong last time. FYI.
And this will trigger initiative, but we'll see if he even survives.
I was going to say, I'm going to turn on dead.
That's really low for a lot of 1s and 2s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14 points of psychic damage. Or no, it's force, I think. Yeah, it's force. So 14 points of force damage. He is pushed 20 feet directly away from me, and he is knocked prone.
He can't be knocked prone. He is a floating ball of light.
Say.
But he is technically bloody, and we're just gonna roll initiative.
This right now.
He rolled really low, so
That's fine.
I feel bad for this spirit.
this is probably gonna be very fast.
My
But,
initiative has been very average
Shit.
this session.
15.
okay, Lord Phillips.
5.
Ooh, he's got an amazing dex. So
Yes.
that might be okay. He's up here somewhere. Matthias,
17.
Geist, Young Bull.
14.
Matthias at 15.
17.
I had 15.
Carl and Geist.
14 for Carl.
Somewhere in there.
Geist.
He's getting there. He's got a +9, right?
Fuck on.
It's already higher than like these.
11.
I rolled a 2, so yeah, 11.
I also.
Yeah, I figured.
Holy fuck. There we go. 21.
Okay, Geist.
Shirakin.
Okay.
Remember, Grenade, they have a hell of a good AC because they're tiny.
11.
It's not, it's not that they're tiny, it's that they're big balls of light that fly real fast.
11.
I don't think they're considered tiny creatures. So they're
I don't
21.
think they are.
21 will miss.
Miss? Holy shit.
Maybe.
So that's it?
I don't know if
It's a
they're
floating ball of
probably
light. You gotta make sure you
Maybe
get that
large.
thing. Matthias.
I like to be wrong.
Matthias.
I will. You said it's how far?
20 feet away.
I don't know. However far you
Tiny and deadly.
I will run up to it.
Okay.
Size factor into AC, typically.
It is bright light for 5 feet and then 20 feet for dim light. If that makes any difference to people.
For whatever reason. Well, what's the CR?
Not that high.
I take it a 14 will not hit.
I rolled a 21 and it didn't hit.
It's so garbage It just turns off randomly.
21.
21.
Yeah. No. Okay. For my bonus action, I will cut open my hand and throw some blood at it, and it needs to give me a strength saving throw.
Well, that's not good. That is a 0.
0. All right. I will.
It was almost negative if it was any lower.
Damn.
Of course, it has to be the fucking max that I can take.
That's what killed Molly.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have also Caduceus.
I know, Caduceus is amazing.
The wisp speed is reduced to 0, and it can't take reactions
Ooh, good.
for the next minute.
Ooh, minute. Okay. Alright.
Its speed is reduced to
Shit.
the next minute?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And
my
can't use
shield,
reactions.
which is my holy
That
symbol,
is pretty fucking insane.
and cast
That is a
turn on dead.
disgusting effect.
Okay, and that's a challenge thing, right?
It's you need to make a DC 15 wisdom.
But isn't it there's a
That's
challenge
you
rating or
can't-
something?
you
And all
can't-
that?
Oh yeah, if it's 1 or less,
react.
it blows up.
Oh yeah, we're good. What's the save?
That could
15.
be-
No,
Wisdom.
wisdom. 15.
Damn it! Damn it!
It wasn't going to move anywhere, though.
Yeah, I know, but what's the challenge rating?
2.
Fuck! Alright, I was hoping it was
That's why I said that's fine. Carl.
Move up.
Yep.
Try to attack.
So right now, Matthias and Carl are within 5 feet.
They're lit up like they're at a campfire.
23.
23 will hit.
Damn.
It is a 22.
14 magical bludgeoning.
Okay.
Still up.
Yep.
That'll miss, and I'll tell Nettie to. I'm gonna move away from it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna tell
Because it
Nettie
can't take reactions off of his
to
thing.
walk up and bite it, and then move away from
I know, I've been trying to get it.
it.
I think I got it.
He'll miss.
Okay. Young Bull.
Young Bull will run up to it and hit it. Recklessly.
Dump, dump, dump.
Is it an undead?
Yes.
Hey!
Pretty high, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it up.
Well, I mean, everyone else's was pretty high too. But a 20, I looked down, I was like, oh shit.
6 plus 13 magical slashing and 4 radiant.
You swing right through it, and it just like dissipates.
Nedrick, dig this grave.
Well, you have your claws too.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure you want to do that? Maybe just
This was her friend.
leave it.
She killed him.
Well, no. We could always bury it back up.
Okay. So it's just Nettie digging.
I'll help him dig.
Okay.
I won't be a part of it.
So
And
That's
Young
fine.
Bull will walk away.
I'll say with everything that's happening, walking, talking, it's approaching the 10-minute mark.
I grabbed the other water skin, and
Okay.
so I have 2 empty water skins now.
Okay. I'll say it takes. We'll say 10 minutes, 5 minutes with 2 of you guys with the claws and stuff. We'll say 5 minutes.
Okay.
You get down and you hit a coffin.
Once I hit the coffin, I'll slowly unhinge it.
You find a human skeleton clad in tattered clothes, and he is clasping a wand. Is there a picture of this wand?
I'm gonna say, are you still there?
Yeah.
Say, Chip, I'm going to grab the wand in case something happens to me when I do so. Just,
I'll fuck it up.
no, I mean, it might do something to me.
I'll fuck it up.
I'll help. Not it. You. And I have my...
So it is a brown-colored wand with silver filigree, and then there is a amber-colored stone at the top of it.
So I will pick up the wand.
Okay.
I have my my
What
warhammer.
Would you all mind if I took 10 minutes to identify this?
You or I. Either or.
Do what you want. You already are.
I'll sit and post up against a tree, and I'm
Okay.
gonna take a short attempt to take a short rest.
Okay.
Are you
Do
going
you
to
have
sit
enough
in a
water
barrel?
for the 10 minutes?
I don't.
Well, he's got a barrel.
Yeah, I've got pony kegs.
Okay.
He pulls out the pony
Okay.
keg and I
So
bring it
I'm
over where
going
you're gonna
to
sit.
put the body back.
I'll
how
get into it.
was, Put the grave back, and while I identify, I'm going to tell Nettie to just rebury the grave.
Okay. So
Lord Phillips, when you're done with your rest, do you think you could do a burial ceremony over top of this to reconsecrate it?
It's gonna take some time.
It's up to you.
It's up to the rest of the party. If they want to wait.
we'll say the 10 minutes goes off. Is anybody helping fill in the grave, or is it just Nettie?
Just not even.
Nope, Nettie's got to come.
Okay. So with Nettie by himself, I'm gonna say it takes him 20 minutes to fill it back up. So it's been 20, but the 10 goes off, and it is a wand of fireballs. Hence the amber-colored stone.
I hate you.
This is a wand of fireballs. Is it fully charged?
Jesus.
Do you want me to hang on to it?
I think you could benefit the most from this right now.
I'll take it and then just kind of put it in. I'll put it in like in my belt, like
Next to your other wands.
you know how it like in
And
your belt, and
rods?
then I'm
Yeah.
just kind of holding
Yeah.
it like that.
Okay. Alright. Grave's covered back up. You guys have a wand of fireballs. Lord Phillips is hanging out in a keg.
Do we want to check the other small building or head straight back to Willow?
When you guys are in this, basically, you guys see like it's the big dense forest. From what you can see, like basically just the cliff top comes around, and then if you wander any farther east, you just see that it hits the river that you guys came in on. So you guys are back up north by the entrance where you came in. Just to let everybody know.
Small building or back to Willow?
I say we do the small building while we're out here first.
So we'll check out the small building. Remember the archway for future reference.
Okay. The small building. When you open it up, a rusty lantern hanging from the rafter looks to have a continuous flame cast on it, brightly illuminating a musty room that contains 4 wooden beds with moldy mattresses at the foot of each bed. Looks to be empty, overturned chests.
We're not the first ones here.
So this one is a lot less interesting than the other one.
Could also be a place to
Rest.
rest.
Need be. Can I investigate the room, see if I can find any hidden little spots anywhere?
Investigation.
I'll cast guidance on myself.
18. You look around and nothing to be had.
Oh,
You don't want to keep me plugged in.
So you guys had to enter in this door, just as how the walls are, and you do notice a door that way.
I'll open it just to peek out.
When you open that side, where are we at?
You see 40 more will-o'-the-wisps.
The trees in this part of the forest are shrouded with thick webs, and dead animals wrapped in silk cocoons hang from the boughs.
What was that will-o'-wisp's name again?
Cassian.
Christian.
Christian.
I wanted to call it Caspian for some reason.
What was his last name?
He didn't say.
He didn't say.
What was on the? It was on the grave, right?
Just says, here lies Christian, human friend
Okay.
and companion.
Okay.
Give me an insight check, Lord Phillips.
22.
22. You get kind of conflicting feelings because the gravestone does say human friend and companion, but he obviously does not think that. He has ill wills toward, so it's kind of contradicting information.
Getting stabbed in the back would tend to do that to you.
Yeah, but she did make him a grave.
So
And
it's information for
buried.
you to
Farted.
do with what you want.
One of y'all motherfuckers stinks.
I did a while ago, but
It was very
It's
loud.
just slowly
Floating.
seeping under the...
God damn.
I keep wafting it underneath.
That was bad with fucking
Yep.
dogs.
Alright. You guys head back?
If it had been me, I would have claimed it.
Alright. So you guys head back to the tower.
And I'll say, how would let's keep that wand to ourselves, I guess.
I would put it in your
I
bag.
take it out of my belt and I put it in my bag of holding.
You guys head back and knock on the door and opens up, and a Hallis tree greets you. Hello. You guys are back?
Will you speak with your master?
Certainly. Come on in. And he leads you into the open throne room, and Willow is sitting on top of the throne, and she goes, I assume your adventures went well?
Yes. Who has the
Yumble rummages around in his pack and pulls out 3 of the tails.
There was just 3 of them?
Just the 3.
Originally, you said there were 2.
I said there could be 2. I only saw 2. But I appreciate you finding more.
Yes, I think the area that they were at is cleared out by now.
I think if I can remember, there was a big geode back there. It's, I guess, a nice dark place, and the crystal like to amplify the moaning, which usually attracts or helps the cloakers attract people in there. So
It assisted us a bit because our light sources were able to blind them a bit. So, question for you: why is it dark outside so early?
I got kind of tired of the situation, so I changed it.
You can change it at a whim. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
Thank you. There's a lot of fun things on my realm, or my woods. I'm saying that.
So are you able to assist our friend now?
Like I said, I can only do it once per day. I did your friend earlier, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow, and I can help your other friend.
I see.
We can camp out and come back in the morning then.
That's fine. If you guys don't mind, since you will have to hang around, there is one more matter I wouldn't mind having your assistance with.
What would that be?
So, I house many different creatures on here. The cloakers were a problem. I appreciate you for getting rid of them. I do house also a town of goblins. It's on the south side.
South side?
Yeah. They're usually fair and don't mind. I usually let them hunt, but not overhunt a little bit just to help feed. But there's one in particular that is getting on my nerves, and he's stepped out of line way too many times.
I see. And what is his name?
His name is Vol, and he is a goblin. I know he lives in the town. I don't think my allies in the town are hiding him. They also don't like him just because he's causing turmoil. And kind of one apple spoils the batch, and I don't want that to happen, but I would like him brought here alive.
What does it say? Do we need to make a...
Did I say kill him? No, I just said get him, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say...
Then I'll retcon this as I want him brought.
Okay. I was gonna say, do we need to make an example of him, or do we just need to bring him back here?
Bring him back here. I will deal with him myself.
What trouble has he been causing?
Like I said, I do allow the goblins there to hunt. He has been hunting more of my prized animals. I let the deer, usually are fair game to some of the residents, but he's starting to take down more of the elk, and it's started to diminish the population, and I would like that to cease.
So the original task you gave us was to assist our friends here. Just simple question: is there any sort of reward you're offering for this task?
Your reward would be healing your friends. Other than that, I can offer you safe refuge here if you need to, but other than that, I don't have much to offer.
I see. And we are very appreciative of what you have offered. Just checking to see if you had anything else that would help us on our journeys.
At this point, no, I'm just hoping to heal your friends and send you on your way. It's just like, can only do it once per day, so figured while you're here, if you can help me and I can help you. Can have
Sure. One more question. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We noticed some webs out by the small hut near the cave. Are those creatures under your control as well?
There were webs?
Mm-hmm.
Where
He
at?
said once we opened this door, there was
other
webs with things tied up in their webs.
So how the walls are, if you guys enter the building here, there's another door here, and it opens up into an enclosed kind of thing.
Did I know that?
Nope. He opened the door, looked out, and then closed it.
I assume everyone was in there. If he said it
I
out loud,
I think
would
everybody
say-
was present.
I assume he would have, if you let
Yeah,
everyone know.
I don't keep anything to myself.
Okay. Can I retcon something then?
Yeah.
Because I would have asked Kylie to walk onto the webs, since she has web sense, I think is what it's called, technically.
Yes, that's what they call it.
Web sense. While in contact with the web, the spider knows the exact location of any other creature in contact with the same web.
Let me see what this other...
Which is the real reason why I wanted to have her, because I knew we were encountering a lot of spiders and stuff recently, so this might kind of change your question just a little bit.
So there, she senses this. So she senses what they are, or just how many?
She senses the exact location of any other creature in contact. So I guess that would include.
She senses 15 creatures
15
scattered out through this.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 50 by 80 foot ish.
15.
50 by 80 square foot area.
15 creatures.
Yeah, 15 creatures.
Okay.
So basically, how it looks is this wall goes, and that cliffside encloses this whole thing.
Okay.
So when you look out, you see wall, this wall continue this way, and then that whole cliffside kind of engulfs this whole thing. And when you look out, all you see is spider webs and other things of the salts.
Now, if those creatures have web sense too, they would have sensed her as well. Just giving you a heads up. But she would have just kind of walked on it and just sort of, and then came back to me, and then we would have been on our way.
Creatures.
Okay. And then I would have shared that information with everyone.
Okay. Does that restate your question? So what'd you ask?
If they belong to her, or if they were a scourge for her, basically.
She says, I consider those a part of the natural ecosystem. I allow them to stay in that part. That's their own. They do not come out, and I don't allow other creatures to go in. But the spiders and ettercaps are allowed to live as they will in there.
Can I roll a history to know what ettercaps may be?
Yeah. Give me a nature or history, I guess. Whatever.
One of the podcasts I listened to just had a huge fight with ettercaps, so I know exactly what they are.
They're not. They're worse than spiders. If you're fighting them.
Gold.
Yep. $11. I'd say you get somewhat of a gist of it. So ettercaps are humanoid spiders that tend to feed and watch over the spiders in the way a shepherd oversees the flock of its sheep.
I would mention that from what we saw, it appeared that they had some things cocooned. Do they have a food source within, or could they maybe be leaving the area that you have told them to stay within?
I have the goblins feed them periodically to keep them fed.
I see. All right.
I feel like we just found out what that dude's fate is.
Well, thank you for the information. Is it a small journey that we could do before the night, technical night comes to us, before we would need to rest before tomorrow?
Sucks that it was canceled this year.
She says,
well, this is the perfect time.
Coronavirus is a hoax and
the village that the goblins, it's only 300 feet south, so
It's not far.
I mean, it's still
Is there
morning
a-
time, but
Do they have like an inn or a tavern down there that they operate?
It's called the Goblin. Sorry for that.
she says, I know there's a bunch of caves that surround the town, but there is basically like an abandoned village that I've let them kind of take control over.
Now, if we go in search of Vol, obviously, does he know you're looking for him? Or, I'm just trying to think of alternative ways to deal with him. Would you be okay with me imitating you on your behalf?
What do you mean imitate?
I will cast Disguise Self and make myself look like her.
She goes, that is a fun trick. I would appreciate if you don't speak for me, but I guess
Just for the sake of infiltrating without causing too much of alarm.
you shouldn't need to infiltrate.
It sounds like they want him gone as much as you do.
I will dispel after she says that and go back to my normal form.
Where are we at? Where's his fucking name?
Well,
No, there's another one.
I got all these great fire spells, and I can't use any of them for fear of blowing up this fucking somewhat truce we have with them right now.
I'm waiting for you guys to ask all the tough questions.
I don't want to ask him.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask him until
I know.
Shit, I plan on asking once like she's healed him.
Yeah.
Once we got everything we want, then we'll just like
Once
hey,
we
what's up, bro?
get him healed and find out how to get the fuck out of here, then,
Well, we know a way out of here.
well, the way
Takes
down.
us back to the second
Yeah,
level.
we want to know how to get down.
I mean, we can always go back up and then fuck with,
Oh, shoot.
yeah.
Yes.
I'll find his name better, or once we
Yeah,
get
but then
there.
again, he still
But there
has,
is
80 some odd people.
she'll tell you to speak to someone,
He has a
and
one
he should
fireballs and I can
is the
wall
leader of
fire.
all the goblins that are down there.
Okay.
What was his name?
I can't find
Okay.
it. It just says
Yeah,
H.
but
we gotta
Sign.
close it up
Sign.
anyway, so we can do that next time.
His name's Bab, and
Bab.
Bad. And if
Bob
you
was the
speak with
goblin.
him and say it from me, then it should be no problem. They shouldn't harm you. They're usually pretty cordial with me, especially with my word. And
We have a secret handshake that we can show them.
oh, and you asked about Vol, right? Basically, she explains why Vol. So she says a
Yeah.
rash of attacks against the elk in the forest threatened to turn.
She gave us that already.
Threatened to turn Willow against her goblin neighbors until it was revealed that the culprit was all of one single bloodletting goblin. His name is Vol. To appease the archdruid, the other goblins drove Vol out of the village. He found refuge somewhere, and then he... Yeah.
She knows all that and tells us that.
Yep, so she's telling you all that. So basically, they're free to hunt the deer, but he's been hunting elk instead, and he's not allowed to do
So
that.
he's not in the village.
But that's our first stop, most likely.
Yeah. She says, I have eyes through the animals, and I haven't seen him anywhere else, but he might be hiding in the cave system around the village.
Alright, well, we'll check it out. I want to look around. Is Halistry around?
Mm-hmm. You look, and he's actually standing, like, really close to you. Hello.
I want to ask her, or do we want to wrap it up for now?
We can wrap it up for now if you want.
Either way, we got 4 minutes if we want to push it to actually 9:30.
Is there any way we could speak alone?
She says, if your friends would like to wait outside, we can speak in here if you want.
Alright, just you and I?
That's fine. Do you want me to send out Halistry also?
Yes. If you don't mind.
And she'll kind of motion him, and he'll, because how it was set up, you guys came in, the way she's facing, you guys came in the right side, so Halistry will go to the left, because that's where you guys like met her at the night, and she came down that way.
Are the 5 of us leaving too?
Yes.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I just want to speak to her alone.
Alright, as I walk out, I'm going to sleight of hand drop Kylie off in the room.
Okay, give me a slide. That's
It's
a
13.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know.
15.
Okay, yeah.
And she'll attempt to hide like in the corner within earshot, and I'm going to listen through her.
Okay. You wanted to speak?
Yes. I hope you don't take any ill will toward this. This is just me checking up on you, seeing as you've been kind to us. Do you have a special relationship with Hallister?
You see her kind of have like a conflicted look on her face, and she goes, he's done good things and bad things in my life. Why?
Would I be assuming that, did you create Hallister, or is that one of his normal methods of keeping an eye on those that are underneath of him?
As we're outside, I'm basically relaying, I'm like speaking what they're saying.
What does he say next? Tell me more.
This is like my mom's stories back in the day.
Paint a picture for me.
Are your eyes black and sunk back into your head? Normally it'd be white, but I feel like with you, all black.
It's like a void.
Right. Or is it like all of a sudden you get like
Oh, there we go.
6 extra sets of like dark, like spider eyes almost?
No, it's just my eyes. Okay.
I was gonna pick up your cup, but
She says, this was one of Hallister's creations.
I assumed, which is why I asked to speak to you alone, including Hallister, as I'm sure you assumed as well. Are you under duress currently?
As of right now, no.
Alright.
I live free in my woods.
As long as you stay true to him, I'm guessing.
Not necessarily. So, give me... Well, she's gonna insight. I guess... Or, give me a persuasion check. Put it that way.
3.
3.
I'm awake.
So with the 3, I'll just give you
All
partial.
part of the plan.
So she basically says that she has conflicting feelings about Hallister. She is grateful for him to providing her a home and keeping Willowwoods alive with his magic, but also blames him for a death of someone close to her. She also pities him for the Mad Mage also appears to be trapped in a prison of Hallister's own making. She believes that he is no longer human, but an immortal enemy composed by pure magic. Thus, she has given up any hope on being rid of him.
Are you stuck here?
I wouldn't say stuck. I like it here. I have no reason to leave.
That's good. That's good. Just a kind phrase that I've heard over the years. As you just spoke of, absolute power can corrupt absolutely. I would just say, consider the things you dislike about him. Try not to let that happen to you as well.
I will not. Like I said, I appreciate him for giving me the place I live, but there's also conflict.
Well, just know that we don't have ill intentions towards you. I know there's a lot
I
of...
sure hope not. You've been in my forest for a couple days now.
Yes, and as you've seen, we've done very well at respecting your forest. So just...
It's nice to see some adventurers come in and actually respect my land.
Yes. We would like to get to a point where you see us as friends.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Well, I just wanted to make sure that, like I said, you weren't in any duress or being held against your will. So, if you're happy here, then we're happy to be a part of this situation, at least at current.
Yep. There are certain things about Houster that I dislike, but I also owe him for what I have now, so I'm in a hard spot. But I've learned to accept where I'm at, and everything's been good for over 200 years now.
Do you know who Shun is by chance?
The name does not call to me.
Have you heard anything about Skullport? Do you know of this?
A little bit. I've heard from adventurers that pass through. But other than that, I've never been there myself.
I see. Is there anything that we could do for you that would be grand enough where we could acquire your assistance in certain situations?
Am I not assisting you now?
You are. I just mean in future endeavors that might require some extra power that you obviously hold yourself.
I guess we can work something out if the time comes.
Some people that have been a little less kind to us than you did us dirty, as they say. And
I hate when that happens.
They gotta come up and coming.
if we could reach out to you for assistance, obviously there's probably a lot for us to prove to you, but just knowing that we might have a friend that could assist us in future endeavors.
I can help out as much as I can.
All right.
I do not want to lose what I have, but I will do what I can.
All right. Well, I will make my leave and give you your time to yourself, and we will see what we can do about Gold the Goblin.
Okay. And she says, if you don't want to take the forest, you can just follow the cliffside down, and it'll take you right there.
All right. Were you able to plant the tree yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, I hope you enjoy that. I was finding it hard to find the time to do it myself, so I'm glad somebody can make use of it.
I have many awakened trees in the forest. It'll be good to have another one.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again.
All right. Good luck on your endeavors.
Thank you.
It's that.
Yep.
All right.
And we're done. Everyone
Hope you guys
survived.
enjoy.
Some people are hurt. We gotta
at least try to kill Shun before Justin leaves.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, we just announced it on stream that I'm leaving.
Oh, for travel.
Oh yeah. Justin will be gone in 7 sessions. So 7 weeks.
I will be gone for good.
Sorry, Dale.
Yeah.
One guy who probably cares.
So we will have something planned. We'll see if we're gonna kill off Lord Phillips or have him go away or
Something awesome or bad.
the very last
who knows?
session we'll do something fun.
Oh, we'll probably
maybe
have
off
cake.
storyline, but we'll see.
All the protein brownie.
Yeah.
Probably have a protein brownie.
We'll be back next Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue
See you
on this somewhat of the nicest, less stressful levels. That I've been
I know, this is actually really nice.
Alright.
So,
See ya.
have a good night.
Sunday.